Here we go. Here we go. The first pay-per-view of the year 2017. MLF is back with another play-by-play and fight analysis for you people. And we are just about to start with the main card, which has shaped up to be quite an interesting one, with Dustin Poirier and Jim Miller starting off the proceedings. Dustin Poirier, clean shaved. I really like his new look. He looks really handsome. And I'm not even gay. I don't know whether I can say that on YouTube anymore. So moving on to the other fights which have happened in the prelims. Most of them were decisions till now. So I will give you a quick update on that once we do the tail of the tape between Dustin, the Diamond Poirier, and Jim Miller. Dustin's 28, Miller's 33. Both of them are almost equal height. Poirier will have a 1-inch reach advantage, 72 inches reach for Dustin Poirier. We are gonna be breaking down all these fights as they happen live, as we do every fucking week, without any alcohol, without any friends around us, and as technically as possible. So in case you're wondering where to go to listen to these fights, this is where you gotta come. But if you're also wondering where can you watch these fights along with me, I'm gonna be giving you some links in the comment section for all the channels which are broadcasting these fights live. I am watching this right now on Sony ESPN Live. That is what I am watching these fights on. That is what I watch these fights on most of the time. The underdog is Jim Miller, plus 325. He fights out of New Jersey. Quickly, let me adjust the YouTube settings so that I can see the comments and chat section. A lot of new subscribers getting added to the channel. We are almost at 200, which is a great thing. Minus 450 favorite is the number 10 ranked Dustin the Diamond Poirier, which is really interesting because I do not see that he should be a really high favorite in a fight like this. Jim Miller is not ranked anymore in the top 15, even though he is always a gamer. Comes forward, great submissions, good boxing skills. Southpaw versus Southpaw is what I expect, and the referee is Todd Anderson. All the 4 usual pay-per-view ring girls are ringside with Vanessa Hansen. Starting off the ring work, round 1 of the main card of UFC 208 live. Here we go, 5 minutes on the clock. Jim Miller and Dustin Poirier taking the center. Tentative with a little feints, good step and hook by Jim Miller. Dustin Poirier just trying to give him some good looks on the outside. Always good outside leg kick landed by Dustin. Dustin always looks to counter. Good stand-up skills, even though he got out-countered by Michael Johnson in his last fight, in which he got KO'd. Jim Miller, though, seems to be working on that check right hook step in. What good punch to the body by Jim. Dustin Poirier, though, looking tentative. Oh, beautiful leg kick by Jim Miller. He stepped into that one. Oh, good jab. Good jab by Dustin. That one connected. Check that step in right. And oh, good jab lands again for Dustin Poirier. Good work. Good work, sir. But I don't see this fight getting into a finish that early. Both of these are seasoned veterans almost by this time. Oh, good jab connecting for Dustin all day. That lead jab which he has. Jim has to be careful. He cannot take so much punishment with a jab. Good punch to the body though by Jim. Interesting to see how this plays on the ground. Checked the leg kick, Jim Miller. Oh, good punches. Jim Miller though answering back with a leg kick of his own. Poirier. Oh, head kick attempt does not connect for Poirier. Let's quickly. Oh, they are starting to trade. Oh, Jim Miller level change. Good sprawl. by Dustin Poirier. Beautifully done. Oh, good punches by Dustin. Some of them connect, but they clinch up near the cage. Over, under. Dustin pressuring Jim Miller against the cage. Blue trunks for Dustin the Diamond, who looks absolutely stunning with the clean shaven look. I have to tell you, he looks so much better. Oh, good elbow in the clinch by Dustin. Oh, that one connects. Jim Miller might be in trouble. Punches in bunches. Jim Miller kept firing back, and they back up to the center again. Stance-wise, I see some changes in Dustin's game a little bit, which is really interesting. Okay, Jim Miller seems to have recovered from that elbow in the clinch against the cage. Jim Miller's going for that check right hook all day. Stepping in. Oh, good punch to the body. Answered with the lead straight by Dustin Poirier. I have not checked the comment section yet. Sorry, guys. I'll be quickly on to that. Dustin Poirier winging the left straight from a distance, a.k.a. Conor the Notorious McGregor. 1 minute 48, 47, 46, 45. In case you want to sync it up. Jim Miller pressuring Dustin, who looks to counter. Good work against the cage. The crowd is liking this. Oh, good punches by Dustin. Oh, right hook connects. Jim Miller might be in queer street. Dustin has to pressure. Oh, right hook. That step in right hook connects. But now the action moves back to the center. Dustin pressuring. Oh, good left hook connects again for Dustin. Outside leg kick. The hairstyle also working really well for Dustin Poirier. Good distance management till now by both fighters. Good kick to the body. Good trip by Dustin Poirier. Jim Miller going for a change up. Oh, takes the back immediately. He has to... No. This is not looking good for Dustin Poirier. Cannot give up your back against such a veteran like Jim Miller. 45 seconds remaining. Dustin looks at the clock. His ground game is also reasonably good. No joke. Dustin Poirier. Good defense. He's working for the... Oh, no. Could modify into a neck crank. Dustin Poirier has to be careful. Oh, reverses. Lands up on top. Beautiful work by Dustin. Wants to work the ground. He's on half guard. Jim Miller, though, defending beautifully. Good punches by both men. Oh, left hook connects for both men. Against the cage, they are... banging it out in the last 10 seconds. Oh my goodness, how are they even standing? And the round comes to an end. Wow. They are on their feet. As Mike Goldberg would say, what a brawl at the end right there. Thank you for all the people joining into the stream. Appreciate it very, very much. Let's see who and all have joined the stream till now, because I was focusing on breaking down the fight. Really close round. I would probably lean towards Dustin Poirier a little bit. Let me also quickly change the thumbnail so that people can appreciate the YouTube madness. The brawl at the end, man. Great stuff. They stood there and took it. This could be fight of the night, guys. Man, they were just going for it. Whew. They got tired almost. Jim Miller, though, game as hell, as always. Thank you for all the people joining into the stream once again. Jim Miller, Dustin Poirier, the main card. Round 2, here we go. Oh, good outside leg kick by Jim Miller. Though a really underrated card is UFC 208 compared to all the other cards which happen. As the first pay-per-view of the year, not the greatest for sure. UFC 207 and UFC 205 pretty much set the benchmark for great fights. But again, always the saying goes, oh, good right hook and uppercut by Jim. Got the attention of Dustin over there. Oh, good outside leg kick. Dustin might be having some problems on that lead leg Good straight connects for Dustin. Jim Miller, a little careful. Good teep kick by Dustin Poirier. That lead leg of Dustin Poirier might be giving him some troubles. Good punch to the body. Answer with a straight. Oh, good left hook by Dustin. 1-2. Connects for Dustin. Oh, the jab's connecting. Punches in bunches against the cage. They are brawling. Jim Miller might be in trouble. Goes for a level change. Goes for a standing neck crank. Might be in trouble. Good knee to the body by Jim Miller against the cage. Oh, good knee to the head. Dustin Poirier being very patient. Trying to counter. Good left straight. They are brawling again against the cage. Dustin though pressuring. Oh, good 1-2 by Dustin. Jim Miller might be in trouble but still somehow standing in there. Those jabs are getting in. Good right hook connects for Dustin again. Maybe losing a little bit of the power advantage. But Jim Miller is no joke. He can take a punch. Great fight till now. 2 minutes and 47. Oh, good right hook connects for Dustin. Jim Miller might be in trouble. He's going for it. Oh, Jim Miller answering back. They are just taking it to a next level. Oh, good uppercut by Dustin. Maybe the stance change was purposeful. Good punch to the body. Jim Miller, though, trying to move out of that particular position against the cage. Welcome all to the stream once again. 7 people watching. Thank you very much. This is MMA Live, and we are in the midst of probably a fight of the night contender. A stand-up brawl between Jim Miller and Dustin Poirier. How are they even going without losing blood? Oh, nice kick to the body. That one got the attention of Dustin. Might be in trouble. Good. Oh, good left straight for Dustin Poirier. Again, they're back to the cage. Dustin loading up on that lead left. Oh, good punches again by Dustin. How is Jim Miller taking all of this? Trying for a level change. Dustin Poirier, though, defending beautifully. Good elbows. Good work by Dustin. Jim Miller has to be careful. The elbows. If you remember, Travis Brown knocked out Josh Barnett with these elbows. Similar elbows landed by Dustin Poirier from the reversal of the single leg against the cage. Turns the position, goes for an over-under. Again, he will back up and start throwing punches to the body and head. Level change, beautifully done by Dustin Poirier. Beautiful. 1 minute remaining, and that could be the round. Jim Miller going for an arm triangle. No. Triangle choke. Omoplata. No. Back to guard. Good stuff by Dustin Poirier. This is a dominant round in my books in favor of Dustin. Dustin wants to stand up. Taking a breather. 36 seconds remaining. Dustin feels he has the advantage on the ground. Oh, that outside leg kick, though, would be giving problems to Dustin. Dustin, though, I do not remember him being southpaw, though. Oh, good left straight and combination ending with a leg kick. Dustin is winging these punches. He might get tired in the third round. Oh, good head kick by Jim Miller, partially blocked. Punches land for both men. Jim Miller is starting to bleed slowly through his nose. Good knees exchanged. Dustin Poirier's chin is holding up today pretty well. It looks like a male supermodel for a advertisement. He had Jim Miller in trouble in this round, but somehow Jim Miller bited down on that mouthpiece and came back to sling it. 66 headshots absorbed by Jim Miller. My goodness, already 5 to the body and 14 leg kicks. Problems for Jim Miller going into round 3. He has to get a really dominant round. Otherwise, he would end up losing this fight. But fight of the night potential. I will be telling you where the fights would be going in as soon as this fight ends. So stay tuned if you want to watch these fights with me without paying for any pay-per-view money. Do hit that subscribe button if you are here already. Quickly, I will be letting you know as soon as the fight ends where you can watch this. I am watching this currently on a channel called Sony ESPN. So if you have XBMC, Kodi, or cable in your country, you can search for Sony ESPN. That is one of the most reliable channels for UFC fights, and you can watch them with me as I break them down in the absence of the great Mike Goldberg. Oh, good punches by Jim Miller. Jim Miller will be going for the finish in this round, I feel, based on the round 2. Round 1 also leading towards Dustin Poirier. Good counter by Dustin again. Step and elbow attempt by Jim Miller. Good outside leg kick. That leg is damaged. It's a bruised leg for Dustin Poirier. He is bouncing on it, but I can really feel that there is trouble there for Dustin Poirier already. Oh, that leg is in problem. He fell down. Jim Miller might be focusing on that leg soon. He might have to change stances here. He is bouncing on those feet. Jim Miller will be focusing on that leg, guys. Look for the finish by leg kicks after a long time. Oh, good punches by Dustin, pressuring Jim Miller in spite of literally losing his leg. Dustin Poirier very tentative because of the leg kicks of Jim Miller. Jim Miller also gassed out. Good outside leg kick again by Jim Miller. How is Dustin taking all of this punishment? Oh, inside one. Oh, Jim Miller's going for the leg kick again and again. This could be his round. Close one in the eyes of the judges. Oh, good trip. Caught the leg. Lands up on the guard. Beautifully done. Immediately going for an arm triangle, Jim Miller. But he does not have position against the cage. It's really difficult to finish the submission against the cage. But Anderson Silva has done it before against his fight with Chael Sonnen. But good recovery of the guard. Trying to move to half. But Dustin still back to guard. Good pressure by Dustin. He has to make some punches here. Otherwise the referee might stand him up. Yes, this is a much better position. Half guard. Jim Miller scrambling. Dustin though immediately on him like a glue and trying to... Oh, is Jim Miller going for a guillotine from that position? Does not look that good. Trying to go for a neck crank, but that does not work. Again going for that modified guard which Jim Miller has with the left leg on top for an arm triangle. Dustin has to be careful though. Yes, that is much better. Dustin with some punches on the ground. This should be a dominant performance. I will be letting you know where to watch these fights immediately after this one ends. I will put it up on the comment section. Thank you for the subscription. And I will also give you links for online watching also. So please have some patience. Most of these links do work. Most of the time, these were all given by our subscribers to the channel. So I've compiled all of them. And Mike, is it Mike? Yes, Mike Bliss. Please wait for another 2 minutes and I would be giving you those links. Jim Miller though, up again, pressuring Dustin Poirier against the cage. Dustin looking at the clock. He knows that he has to survive the onslaught of the leg kicks which are going to come. But Jim Miller has to disengage and go for the punches. Good knee to the body. That one hurt Jim Miller. Jim Miller though dropping down for a single. Oh, good work by Dustin pulling Jim to the ground. Good single leg. Immediately moving to half guard. Jim Miller always looking for that triangle choke. Maybe going for a Kimura. That may not be working. That Kimura is not working. Though it is helping him. Oh, what is it? Is this like a modified armbar attempt? Dustin Poirier beautifully recovering and going for the punches as the round comes to an end. Beautiful fight, ladies and gentlemen. What a fight. Fight of the night contender already. So here it comes. The channels which you can watch these fights on, if you have cable, XBMC or Cody, are gonna come up quickly on the comment section, so do have a look at them. Just searching for let me quickly give you where to watch these fights. Oh, that leg is in problems for Dustin Poirier. The doctor is checking that. That might be broken. So, the channels where you can watch these fights right now live are these. Mike Bliss, thank you for waiting on the stream. Really appreciate it. Here it is. Watch the fights on XBMC, Cody, or cable on Sony, ESPN. Combate. Mike Bliss. Hopefully they're joining in soon. UFC 208 might not be one of the greatest cards, so that could be a reason. Plus, I'm a new channel, so subscribers are a little low, so people would be definitely joining into the stream as my breakdown legend spreads across the land in the absence of Mike Goldberg. I am not trying to take his position, though. He is one of his kind. Match TV, TV3, TV10, RDS, Rand Fighting, Fox Sports, CTV, Sony 6, Hyper TV, SPO TV, Setanta Sports, GDTV, PPTV, Best TV, Viasat, and TV5. The one which I am watching right now is Sony ESPN as I break down these fights. And in case you want to watch this on the internet legally, there's one more link which I can give you. This works 70% of the time, though I cannot promise you anything. And that is streamtowatch.cc. All the listeners on the channel, have a look at this link, streamtowatch.cc. Dustin Poirier's leg might be broken. He is limping pretty badly. Let's look at the decision, guys. Oh, it's a split decision. Surprising. Dustin Poirier is crying, even though his leg is beat up. Joe Rogan in the house with the black shirt, the greatest play-by-player on planet Earth. Joe Rogan is examining his legs pretty carefully. Looks like it's broken. So guys, whoever's listening to the stream, 20 people. See Mike Bliss? We could grow one day, huh? We could one day grow. Beautiful fight, guys. In case you missed it, you have to go watch this on these channels, man. Those leg kicks by Jim Miller piled up over time. But Dustin Poirier bit down on that mouthpiece and banged it out. Fight of the night, till now, probably right there in my book. UFC 208, the main card, is coming to you live from MMA Live, the fight analysis and play-by-play. 182 subscribers already. Great stuff. Thank you very much. And as you would be noticing, I did not have any people around me. No friends to disturb. No alcohol to ruin my play-by-play. No smoking of tobacco. Straight up, clean shit. as it happens, right to you through audio and video on the YouTube. Dustin Poirier winning the split decision against Jim Miller. Quickly, I will take you guys through all the fights which happened on the undercard. The first one, Ryan LaFleur going up against Rowan Carniero Jucao. LaFleur getting one knockdown early in the fight and then finishing with one takedown. So beautiful performance by Ryan LaFleur for a clear decision. Then we had Rick the Gladiator Glenn against Philip Noor. Philip Noor winning the striking exchanges, but somehow the judges saw the overall control by Rick Glenn as the significant part of that fight. Chris Weidman in New York City for UFC 208. Then we had Nick Lentz versus Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev did what Islam Makhachev does always. Take down and ground and pound. Just like Khabib Nurmagomedov. I don't know what I said there. Nurmagomedov. Ground and pound specialist from Dagestan winning the fight. Then we had Wilson Hayes against Uka Sasaki. Wilson Hayes, dominant performance. Overall control. Beautiful takedowns and 2 submission attempts to boot. Yuka Sasaki, though, survived gamely and fired back in the striking exchanges, but clear victory for Wilson Hayes. Then we had New York's own Randy Brown against Bilal Mohammed. Remember the name, ladies and gents. That is his actual tagline, or how do you say it? Second fighting name. Remember the name? And he literally dominated Randy Brown throughout 3 rounds, but could not finish him. Game opponent, but Randy Brown ending up losing that one. Then we had Dustin Poirier, the main card opener, against Jim Miller. Control-wise, Dustin Poirier had much better control in the clinches and on the ground. Jim Miller, though, very game, going for the submissions and somehow staying in the fight with those leg kicks. Fight of the night till now. As you would have noticed, the lesser number of listeners who have tuned in today, that this is not one of the best cards you could have in technicality. But still, man, I always tell my listeners that you cannot judge a card before the fights happen. So as expected, the first set of fights in the prelims, yes, all of them were decisions. None of them were stoppages. Agreed. But hey, we're just getting started. A lot of good fights coming up. And then we have UFC 209 coming up. Wonderboy Thompson versus Tyron Woodley. Part 2 of the great fight which they had last time when these gentlemen went. Wonderboy Thompson, though, will remain my pick for the rematch, even though he clearly got outstruck in rounds 1 and 4 in their first fight. I still believe Wonderboy would learn a lot from that loss and come back much stronger. And I also have learned from reliable sources that Chris Weidman's knockout loss to Yoel Romero just before Wonderboy fought could have really affected his performance, because Wonderboy's sister, I believe, is married to Chris, the All-American Weidman. UFC light heavyweight fights also coming up in 210. UFC 210 coming up right after. Stream to watch. Yes, Mike Bliss, that is correct. Stream to watch is the link. So you seem to be a baller, Mr. Mike Bliss. Anyone else looking for odds? Let me tell you, the next one is a pretty straightforward one. Glover Teixeira versus Jared Cannonier. I believe Glover would win this fight, even though that knockout loss to Anthony Johnson could be a lot of trouble. But Jared Cannonier can bang too. But I do not feel that he has the finishing potential at 205. He was looking to drop down to middleweight division. But Jared Cannonier is no joke. He is as sturdy as they come. He has a lot of output. Generally goes with a very methodical approach, goes into his wrestling. But Glover Teixeira has great ground game, beautiful jiu-jitsu. So I believe Glover should be winning the next one, as he is the favorite also. And I have my reliable crystal ball, which will change colors, as you can see on the screen right now, based on which corner the crystal ball expects to win. So is it blue or is it red? So we will also decide for those close fights, which we cannot call. We decided with the help of my reliable crystal ball right in front of me. In case you haven't subbed yet, do hit the sub button. Once we hit 250 subscribers though, I promise you extra content. I do not promise you anything else. No fancy shit, no trolling, no photographs or memes or any random shit like PewDiePie does on the internet. If I hit 250 subscribers, I would start doing an additional podcast every Thursday, giving you guys the latest updates on mixed martial arts as they happen every Thursday once we hit 250 subscribers. So hit that like button if you want to be up to date with whatever is happening in the world of mixed martial arts. Ryzen fights are also broken down on this channel. So Ryzen fights will come to you live with video content, because I have already got a strike from UFC for showing Invicta FC 21, Megan Anderson's fight. I tried showing that one, but my channel got a copyright strike from the UFC. So that is why I have compiled a link of channels where you can watch this. I'm going to put that up once again for the benefit of you guys. The online link is streamtowatch.cc. Jared Cannonier, as he enters the octagon, thank you, Mike Bliss. Thank you very much. Also would appreciate some of your friends joining the channel too, because YouTube works with subscription only. Let me also give you guys that link for those channels once again. These are the channels on which I watch UFC in general. So here it goes. These are channels available on cable. XBMC and Cody. Jared Cannonier, 6 first-round finishes. Undefeated since moving to light heavyweight division, and fight bonuses in both of his victories in the UFC's 205 division. Jared Cannonier was thinking of moving to the middleweight division due to his style of fighting, which suits that division more in his opinion, but still decided to take one more fight against the former title challenger Glover Teixeira, who got knocked out by Rumble with one punch in one of the most brutal one-punch knockout in UFC history. If you haven't watched that knockout, go to UFC Fight Pass at $7.99 only, and they did not pay me to say anything. But still, Fight Pass is a good service. Most of these fight night cards are streamed live there. All of the prelims come live on UFC Fight Pass, most of them. So it's a really good service. Plus the bonus is you get to watch all the fights in UFC history whenever you want to, at the convenience of your home. So if you can spare $7.99, that is the service you should be subscribing for. In case you're wondering how to watch this on cable, Sony ESPN is only $1 per month. That is a really cheap channel to watch UFC fights on. Most lightweight finishes since 2012 for Glover Teixeira. 7 finishes, tied 4th, highest takedown accuracy in light heavyweight history, and his notable wins are against Ryan Bader and Rashad Evans. Those are his standout victories before he got knocked out by Rumble Johnson, who is going to be fighting for the light heavyweight title in UFC 210. Once again, thank you very much for joining into the stream. Let me quickly See what other changes I can make. Just adding some tags while the fight is about to begin. Thank you all. The tail of the tape. Glover is 37. Jared is 32. Glover has a significant height advantage, whereas Jared Cannonier has a reach advantage of 1.5 inches. 6'2" for Glover, 5'11" for Jared Cannonier. My height, so he should probably move down to middleweight. That is correct. I am around 170 pounds when I'm a little fat and not working out, and I can cut down to 155. So that should ideally be the route which Jared Cannonier should be taking, even though he has not gone there yet. Glover Teixeira looking in shape for this one as usual. Great hands and beautiful jiu-jitsu. 25 victories and only 5 defeats. He is the minus 230 favorite, is Glover Teixeira. Mike, please, if you are still listening, minus 230 is the odds for Glover. I think it's a fair odd right there. So you could be going in for Glover here, but I would suggest anyone betting to be cautious. This is not any professional advice which I am giving. Kevin McDonald is the referee, and Ariane Celeste is doing the ring work. Here we go. Level 50 Fire Tank is back to the stream. One of the longest subscribers to the channel. Level 50. How the hell are you, brother? Glover Teixeira, Jared Cannonier. They touch gloves and they meet in the center. Glover, though, always twitchy, always tentative. Jared Cannonier has an open stance. He has to be careful. His chin is not what it used to be. Glover staying patient. Good punch to the body. Jared Cannonier. Glover is really twitchy though. He is scared of that knockout for sure. His guard has always been a little weak. I've always noticed that. Glover's guard. But his boxing is outstanding, and his left hook is as deadly as they come. Jared Cannonier though managing distance pretty well. Short hands for Glover compared to other fighters. Oh, good hook by Glover. Jared though takes it gamely. Good jab. Glover does not want to be against the cage. He has to move away, as he does right now. Goes for a beautiful single and takedown. Nicely done. Did not expect Glover to go for the takedown. Snatched that single leg and moved into half guard immediately. Beautiful work, Glover Teixeira. You have to be careful with the head and arm choke of Glover Teixeira. He is deadly with that. He is also really good with the rear naked. Black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Glover, though, looking for some punches and ground and pound. Cannonier is doing a reasonably good job, actually. Trying to scramble, Jared Cannonier. Not successful. Good elbow. Teixeira really wants that side control. Maybe going for a Kimura. Could go for a mount directly if he jumps on top. Yes. Going in that direction. Yes. Half guard. Recovered for Glover. Beautiful catch wrestling by Glover Teixeira to get the takedown. Feints with the jab and immediately grabs a single leg. Beautifully done by Glover. Jared though, oh, good elbow by Glover lands. Jared has to be careful. He is defending. Oh yes, he should not have given that neck. Glover standing in for that guillotine choke. This is going to be trouble. Jared is trying to survive that air. Oh yeah, he scrambles out. Could have modified into a dodge choke, but Glover immediately goes for I don't know what, but he's back to half guard now. Level 50. Fight tank. Don't know what's been happening in your life of late, man. It's been a real long time seeing you. Hopefully everything is a-okay. Jared Cannonier with some punches on the ground. Good work by Jared. He has good cardio. Do not forget that. Yes, this is what Glover always goes for. The arm triangle. Now he will look to step over the legs and move into mount and then crank it to the side. He has got his hands locked though. Jared Cannonier is aware of the fact and slowly trying to defend that position. He has locked that half guard beautifully and is displaying good jiu-jitsu defense till now. Jared Cannonier looking at the clock. One minute and 10 seconds if you want to sync it up. And you can watch these fights on the channels which I have provided you guys in the comment section. And if you want to watch fights every week whenever UFC streams with me, you can always subscribe to the channel where I would be updating these channels as per official broadcasting norms updated by the UFC before every fight. So most of these channels generally have, okay, Glover's in full mount. Most of these channels generally have UFC fights going on them if it's a pay-per-view, but you cannot guarantee if it's a fight night event or a UFC on Fox event. So do keep it locked in. This is MMA Live and my name is Harry and this is my 35th video on YouTube and we are approaching 200 subscribers on the channel. Good knee, they scramble up. Jared Cannonier. Oh, Glover Teixeira tripped up a little bit. His leg got wobbled a little bit. Jared Cannonier looking to bang. The round comes to an end, and I think that should be a clear round in favor of Glover Teixeira. He controlled the action, got some punches on the ground, and went for some submissions. So that should be one round in the books for Glover Teixeira. All right. Level 50 fire tank. Oh, those are really kind words, level 50. I got similar comments last week from one of our other subscribers, JD's Hunting and Fishing. Those are really kind words. I do not think I am up there yet, but yes, I would assure you that I would do my best to fill the void left by Mike Goldberg for sure. Till they get him back, I'm gonna be stepping in his place and breaking down the fights to the best of my abilities without any alcohol or tobacco or friends involved. Round 2. Glover might look for that takedown again. He is trying to fight smart as he is getting older. He's not looking to stand and bang anymore. He's not the old Glover, though he has power in that left hook and the right and the legs. Jared Cannonier, though, is no joke. He has that open stance, which is really weird for fighters to get adjusted to. That is why Glover is a little tentative in pulling the trigger. He has the range. Like right now, he can go for a uppercut with a jab in front, but he's a little twitchy. Though Jared's head movement is on point. 1-2 attempt for Jared. Glover smartly moves out. He has to make Jared feel the fear of the punch. Otherwise, Jared would just jab him all the time. Again, another single leg by Glover Teixeira. Beautifully done. The way he grabs that single just shows you. 1 second. Hello. ಇದು ನೀವು ABB ಕಂಪನಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ನಿಮಗೆ? ABB ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಗೇಟ್ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ VK ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ. VK ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್, ABB ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಗೇಟ್ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಆಫೀಸ್ ರಜಾ. ಸೊ ವಾಚ್ಮನ್ ಹತ್ರ ಕೊಟ್ಟೋಗಿ. ಓಕೆ. Sorry for the interruption. I had to take that call. Glover, though, staying on top in half guard. Still working for that arm triangle, but Jared still recovers back into guard. Beautifully done. This is the highest number of concurrent listeners I have ever had on my stream. Okay, I have clearly mentioned Floating Goose. Apologize if you got offended by my channel name and description, sir, but I have clearly mentioned that it is a play-by-play. You cannot watch the fights on YouTube. But in case you want to watch the fights, these are the channels. Hopefully you guys understand, man. Hopefully you guys really do understand what I'm trying to do here. This is not gonna be working on YouTube if I try to show you the fights. I tried it for Invicta. If you want, I can show you the copyright strikes. I'm sure you know how YouTube works. This is not gonna be a actual fight watching channel. No channels there like that on YouTube. All right, so guys, please understand in the stream who are going back and forth that we can only break down the fights, and I can give you links to these fights. That's the best I can do, as I am trying to do right now. So please go to the comment section and look for all these channels, either on the internet, on XBMC, on Kodi, on cable. Wherever you can find these channels, you would be able to watch these fights for free. And I think that is probably the best anyone can do in the entire play-by-play business. I'm pretty sure of that. So while you're here, that's what I can tell you guys, and really appreciate all the guys tuning into the stream as they get up. And Glover Teixeira still trying for that takedown oriented game today for Glover, jabbing away. Jared Cannonier, though, has that weird stance. He does not keep his hands up, so he does this once in a while just to see the range. Couple of jabs by Glover. Oh, good left hook connects for Glover. That's the punch which he's been looking for again and again. He is staying patient, though, this fight. Good front kick for Jared Cannonier. Jared does not get tired, though. Glover has to understand that. And he has to let his hands go. He's not doing that this fight. He is going for a takedown-oriented game, which is okay. Oh, good punches by Jared. Glover just takes them. Good right hook. Good punches exchange again by Jared Cannonier. See, that weird stance which Jared has is neither... Oh, right hook connects for Glover. Beautifully done. Oh, good left hook to the body. Nicely stepped in. Glover Teixeira finding his range. And the round comes to an end. That is 2 rounds in my books in favor of Glover Teixeira, the -230 favorite. In case you're looking for the odds, if you still have time, you can easily bet even on the next one. After this fight ends, I will also give you a quick update on all the fights which have happened till now. UFC 209 coming up after 208, which has been a little low on viewers, on pay-per-view numbers, as we hear from MMAfighting.com. So, do not know. But Anderson the Spider Silva is back. He's fighting Derek Brunson. That should be a really interesting fight after this one. But immediately after this one, we have Jacare, Ronaldo Souza, going up against the Barbarian, Tim Boestch. That should be a really interesting fight, guys, because not a lot of people are giving Tim Boestch a chance in this. But looking at the odds, I mean, you could give it a shot. I do understand Souza is a far superior fighter, but Tim Boestch has been known to make comebacks throughout his UFC fights. He's a veteran. Round 3. Here we go. They shake hands. Jared Cannonier looking for a finish for sure. He cannot let Glover dictate the fight like this. Glover could easily grab a single anytime. Good kick to the body by Jared Cannonier. Good feints. Glover has to be careful, though. His chin is not the same as before. Again going for that single leg, again tripping up, and lands on side control this time. Beautiful work by Glover. Maybe the coaches told him how to work this one. Immediately on side control. This is a much superior position to go for that arm triangle. He is looking for the mount, but Jared beautifully recovers half guard. Good jiu-jitsu defense throughout the fights by Jared Cannonier, for sure. But that's not going to be enough to win the fight. Glover is putting some punches together in this round, because in the last round, Jared Cannonier defended beautifully and the referee made them stand up. Good elbows by Glover. He is looking for that mount desperately. He's looking for that arm triangle for sure. Silva plus 120, Tim Boestch, my dog of the night, 370. Okay, that is a beautiful odd for Tim Boestch though, man. You never know. You could put a couple, but hey, don't take my advice. As I said, I am not a professional in betting. If I had to put money on it, let's say if I had to put my life on it, I would put it on Jacare, for sure. But looking at the odds, Tim Boestch is playing out to be a really good underdog this fight, because the stand-up of Jacare has improved, but I don't feel he can knock out Tim Boestch. Tim Boestch is the barbarian for a reason. So it could be really interesting. Really appreciate all the people who have joined, and 68 people concurrent. That is the highest I have achieved on my channel. So all of you, while you're here, do hit that subscribe button if you like my play-by-play and technical analysis of the fight. Glover gets his back almost, ground and pound, looking to flatten him out, going for that rear naked. Jared has to defend. Yes, hand positioning, good stuff. Glover punching though, not looking good for Jared Cannonier right now. Glover is in mount, and he wants to go for that arm triangle choke really badly. Back of the head punches, no, that is not good. The referee points that out. Recovers full mount, which is slightly better than back mount. Good defense again by... Oh, he's a little too high. Glover has to be careful. Yes, he loses position. Jared Cannonier recovering it back to half guard. Yes, see again Glover going for that head and arm position. That is one of his favorite chokes. But overall pressure game is just next level for Jared Cannonier to handle. A referee might stand them up again, like round 2, if they do not. Oh, again back to mount. Glover Teixeira wants to finish this. He wants to finish this battle. Jared Cannonier, though, still surviving. Gotta give him props for surviving so long with a former title challenger like Glover Teixeira. Props to him, but this could be a defeat in the books of Jared Cannonier. 1 minute and 12, 11, and 10 seconds on the clock. Guys, in case they are asking you for payment on the links, do remember most of these links are really cheap. They would work out to... See, the ones which are working out for me right now, Sony ESPN, if you're on cable. Cable gives you the best deals compared to internet right now. We are still not moved to a place where we could replace cable. So I think it should be a couple of dollars as subscription. Good recovery for Jared. But Cash Wrestling 101 by Glover Teixeira again takes his back, takes him to the ground, smothers him. Jared Cannonier, though, gotta love the heart of this gentleman. Still hanging in there, not giving up in spite of all these punches by Glover. Last 10 seconds, Jared Cannonier's up. Good kick on the break. And the fight comes to an end. They hug each other. Glover could not finish this guy. Really tough guy. But hey, that's an easy, unanimous decision in the books for Glover Teixeira. Thank you for all the listeners joining in again. Mike, please, I can make you a lot more money if you stay tuned to this channel, because we know our MMA and we don't mess around in here. We break it down as technically as it happens. So don't worry about your picks. You would get 70 to 75% of them correct in terms of technical picks. Most of them. Yes, I do agree. Some of them could be surprises once in a while. But my picks generally do not go wrong. So in case you guys want to bet some money and make money, hey, listen to my streams whenever UFC fights go on. So just put your money on them and go for it. Jared Cannonier losing probably a unanimous decision there. 15 minutes of control for Glover Teixeira. The next one is the real interesting one in terms of how you want to bet your money in there. Because, hey, Tim Boestch, he's a gamer, man. He's the barbarian. He does not go down that easily. So it could be a really, really interesting fight. But my money is still on Jacare Souza for a submission in round 1 or 2. That is my pick officially. Jared Cannonier holds some sort of a flag. (30-26) victory for Glover Teixeira, unanimous decision as expected. Jared Cannonier showing a lot of respect to Glover Teixeira. These men genuinely respect each other. Joe Rogan doing the post-fight commentary. Let me give you guys a quick update on what happened today. The prelims begin with Ryan LaFleur going up against Juan Jucao Carniero. Got a knockdown and a takedown early in the fight to secure the victory for Ryan LaFleur by decision. Then we had Rick, the Gladiator Glenn, going up against Philip Noor. Philip Noor was winning the stand-up exchanges. It was sort of a controversial decision in my books, but still, Rick Glenn got the job done. Then we had Nick Lentz, Corny Nick Lentz, against Islam Makhachev from Dagestan, the same place as Khabib, the Eagle, Nurmagomedov. Easily one of the most dominant performances of Islam Makhachev's career. Takedown, ground and pound. Takedown, ground and pound. Rinse and repeat victory for Islam Makhachev. Then we had former title challenger Wilson Hayes going up against Ulka Sasaki. Wilson Hayes working a similar game compared to Islam Makhachev. 6 takedowns and a lot of control throughout the fight. Then we had New York's own Randy Brown going up against Bilal Muhammad. Remember the name, ladies and gentlemen, because he got 2 takedowns and beautiful control throughout the fight. The New York native could not handle it for a unanimous decision victory for Bilal Muhammad. Then the main card opened with Dustin the Diamond Poirier going up against Jim Miller. Beautiful fight, probably fight of the night potential there. They stood and banged it out in the first 2 rounds. And the third round, Jim Miller came back with a couple of beautiful kicks to the leg. Almost broke Dustin's leg off. But still, Dustin hung in there and got the victory. The Karate Hottie, Michelle Watterson, is in the house, as is Chris Weidman, along with Mariano Rivera. New York Yankees MLB all-time saves leader is also in the house. Then we had Glover Teixeira putting on a takedown and ground and pound clinic against Jared Cannonier. Utterly dominant performance for Glover, winning the unanimous decision by 30-26. We have 3 fights left: Souza versus Boestch, Silva versus Brunson, and the inaugural 145-pound championship for the women, Holly Holm versus the Iron Lady, Jermaine de Randemie. The next one is Jacare versus the Barbarian. Keep it tuned in, because this channel will break it down as it happens. Yes, the fights have been boring. Couple of ones. That is correct. Level 50 fire tank My picks for the evening as of now have been almost 100%. The only one which I messed up was the Glenn one, Philip Noor Rick Glenn one. I messed that one up, but still that was a debatable decision in my books. If you look at the stats, clearly Philip Noor outstruck Rick Glenn by 2-1 almost. And yes, control was there by Rick Glenn, but I did not see how they could give that fight to Rick Glenn. So that was the only mistake I had throughout the fight. So almost a 90% win rate for me. I do not bet any money anywhere though, because most of these sites for online betting are banned in my country. Plus, if I really have to gamble, I generally go to a casino and put money in there, because this is sort of like shaping out to be a future profession for me. So I do not want to gamble in my own profession. So that is why I do not engage. As I told you guys before in some of my previous podcasts, Joe Rogan is pretty much my idol in terms of how to commentate and how to break down fights. So as he does not bet on fights himself, I do not think, he sets a good example. I do agree. So 3 fights left. Souza, boestch. I'm going to be going with Souza for that one. Silva, Brunson. Okay, hear me out. A lot of people might be thinking Silva's getting old, but I really feel Silva can get this one, okay? Because Derek Brunson was knocked out in his last fight. And again, I feel it is not enough time to recover from a knockout like that. It takes time, guys. So Silva, with his head movement and his feints and all of the other fanciness, could get it done. But it's a really close one. I don't want to pick that one right now. I want to look at the fighters first, how they look, how confident they are while they enter the cage. And then I make my picks. And then we have the main event. And my pick is going to be a surprising one for you guys. I'm not going with Holm for this one. I'm picking Jermaine de Randamie via a unanimous decision or a late stoppage in round 4 or 3. In my opinion, that should be a victory for Jermaine de Randamie. I am going for an unconventional pick for the main event. So do keep it locked in if you want to know what the results are. 83 people on the stream. This is craziness. My pay-by-play is going places, I guess. Or maybe my YouTube channel links and descriptions are working eventually. Or maybe I gave a good description for this play-by-play compared to the previous ones. They are showing a highlight reel of all the wins of the Barbarian Tim Boetsch, always coming from behind for a victory. But it is really difficult to bet against Jacare Souza, man. His submission game is probably the best in mixed martial arts history. He's a guy who defeated Gegard Mousasi by submission. And he was defeating Gegard Mousasi in his previous fight in Strikeforce. But Gegard got an upkick victory against Ronaldo Souza. So that could be a problem. The only thing which is worrying me in the entire fight is the chin of Ronaldo Souza. He has not been tested in some time. That could be a problem. But the way he dismantled Vitor Belfort also gives me confidence in his takedown abilities. So that is going to be Souza, Silva, and de Randamie. Unconventional picks for most people, but I am going to go with them till the next fight begins. This is MMA Live, and my name is Harry. We break down UFC fights as and when they happen, as technically as possible. A lot of new people joining into the stream. Tristan Max, thank you for joining in. Ghoulish Grin Films, thank you for the kind words once again. Really appreciate all the kind words. Hopefully the channel grows up into something really meaningful, even though I am doing this part-time. And I promise you guys, I would be giving you new content once we hit 250 subscribers. We're almost there, almost close to 200 here. But once we reach 250, I will start a new podcast which will give you updates on all mixed martial arts news and updates every Wednesday night in the US and every Thursday morning in Asia. That is what my plans are for the channel once we hit 250 subscriber. Plus, next stream I would be using OGS, which has been recommended by a lot of my friends for the play-by-play and streams. Even though my stream looks a little bare bones compared to some other ones, I only put up my face on the corner and some of my favorite pictures on the right hand top. I do want to customize the look for you guys and probably work a little bit better on the presentation part, so I promise you that on the next stream. 12 wins by knockout, 2-0 since he entered the middleweight division, if I am not wrong. The Barbarian is wearing blue trunks and is entering the octagon to a huge round of applause. Beautiful, beautiful. I owe you a lot, Mike Bliss. But remember, you also owe me a little bit right there, huh? With the picks for the first two fights, eh? Hey, it's all good. Really appreciate the love shown mutually by everybody today. Souza is in the house. The alligator, also known as jacaré in Portuguese. The crowd is going nuts with the symbol of the alligator. He is from Via Velha, Brazil. His Twitter handle is Jacaré MMA, and the crowd has gone berserk. He is enjoying himself uncharacteristically. He is literally dancing. What happened to Jacaré here? Is it a good sign? Maybe, I don't know. Could be a good sign. People just go nuts for Jacaré, man. People just keep doing this for some reason. I don't know. He doesn't even finish his fights by submission anymore. If you look at his last three fights, he won against Dong Hyun Kim via knockout. He lost against Yoel Romero. Controversial, I agree. And then he won against this guy. What was his name? Sorry. Vito Belfort. Ground and pound KO. So it's been some time since we got a submission victory from Jacaré. So you guys gotta be cooling down your Jacaré taunts in the crowd section there. But anyways, he's a crowd favorite, obviously. I think he should be the middleweight champion, in my opinion. He or Luke Rockhold. But man, Michael Bisping had such a turnaround late in his career. It was so unbelievable. The fight with Anderson Silva, that had goosebumps in the third round for me. The way he got knocked down, Michael Bisping, he was out. And then he came back in round 4. And the way he got those punches connected with Anderson, man. Yeah, Anderson is a little old, I agree. But hey, Michael Bisping's no joke. And then how he survived against Dan Henderson, man. H-Bomb is probably one of the hardest punchers and punches in UFC history, if not the most. If he connects, people go down. If you remember how he knocked out Hector Lombard in UFC 199, he got a leg kick, not a leg kick, a high kick, and then just an old-fashioned reverse elbow, and he knocked out Hector Lombard. Though he is retired right now, man, one of the greatest wrestlers in UFC history, Dan Henderson, and obviously one of the greatest punchers in UFC history, Dan Henderson. So old, but still had it. Last fight was his fight for UFC middleweight title. Jacaré Souza enters the octagon for his fight against the Barbarian. Where is the tail of the tape? Man, Bisping was such a resurgence. 37 Jacaré, 36 Boestch. Jacaré is 1 inch taller, but Tim Boestch has a 2-inch reach advantage in the middleweight fight. So should be really close. Tim Boesch's gut area has some sort of a weird, hair. 20 wins and 10 losses for Tim Boesch. Plus 375 underdog. That is not a fair odd, for sure. Tim Boesch is no joke, guys. I mean, come on. Plus 375, really? Could have been a plus 200. I could have understood that. Plus 375 is just bonkers. What is this? This is, oh my goodness. Minus 550 for Jacare Souza. Who makes these odds, man? Last week's odds? What happened? What are you on, man? Whatever. That is not a minus 550 seal deal for Jacare. This is not as unanimous as people think, okay? If Tim Boesch connects with his right hand, it's over. It is absolutely over for anyone in this division, including the champ, including Chris Weidman, including anyone, okay? So it could be a close one, but I'm still leaning towards Jacare Souza a little bit. Let's see. Here we go. Hopefully Jacare goes for a takedown. If he wants to stand and brawl with Tim, it's not going to be a good night for him. Here we go. Round 1. Dan Mugliata is the referee. Jacare touches gloves, taking the center. Tentative. Tim Boesch, much more loose is Tim Boesch. Blue corner for Tim. Jacare, though, pursuing Tim Boesch, not a good idea. Has to be careful. Might be going for a level change. Oh, that overhand. He feinted it. But Jacare did not buy it. Beautiful work with the teep kick for Jacare Souza. Thank you all once again for all the fighters in the stream. That right hand connected partially for Tim Boesch. Jacare is tentative, though. He is looking a little tentative. Boesch is much more looser. Much more free in his movement. Bouncing up and down. Throwing in some feints. Beautiful. Jacare is very stiff. 1-2 attempt for... Oh, that level change. And Tim Boesch toughs Jacare's takedown. Wow. Good stuff. Good stuff. Not looking good for Tim. Good knee to the body by Jacare. Pushing Tim against the cage. He has to be careful of the break and the punch. Good knee to the body again by Jacare. Good control of the clinch. But Tim Boesch hanging in there. Oh, good right hand by Jacare Souza. Tim Boesch eats it for breakfast. Jacare, though, gaining confidence from that exchange. But Tim Boesch should also not be unhappy. He stuffed Jacare Souza's takedown. Not a lot of people can claim that. Good outside leg kick by Tim Boesch. Front kick to the face. Partially connects for Ronaldo Jacare Souza. The Barbarian, though, putting his hands down a little bit. He has to be careful of Jacare's power also. Gotta be careful with that right hand. Good outside leg kick. Right hands exchanged on the break. Tim Boesch is always going to be looking for that right hand from Mars. Oh, good punch to the body by Jacare. Good left hook. Oh, good kick to the body by... Oh, right hand connects for Tim Boesch. Jacare might be in trouble, but he recovers partially. As I told you guys, that right hand is going to give you a lot of troubles. Good punch to the body. Jacare has to be careful when he goes to the body. Oh, good level change. Beautiful. That is so smooth, Jacare. Beautiful level change. Grabs the leg. Immediately takes Tim Boesch down. And it's ground and pound time. Tim Boesch, though, should be careful. Should not give up the top mount. Smart enough. Leaves the side control open. Jiu-jitsu is not Tim Boesch's game. This is where Jacare wants to be. Beautifully done by Jacare to move Tim Boesch towards the cage. That is going to suffocate Tim Boesch's movement. But Tim Boesch has locked Jacare's hands pretty tightly. So the referee might stand this up. Oh, moving into mount. But Tim Boesch, careful of positioning. Wants to... Oh, no. This is not good for Tim. Moves into mount. Jacare Souza. Moving into mount. Yes, he has settled in there. Ground and pound time. 1 minute 40 seconds. The Barbarian may survive. Ground and pound. This is not a good position for Tim Boesch. This is what I expected would happen, but not so early in the round. The Barbarian, though, still hanging in there. Oh, recovers. Oh, the Kimura. Oh, my goodness. This is tight, and it is all over. It is all over, guys. That Kimura would have broken most men's arms. Tim Bosch tried to survive. But just like that, Jacare Souza finishes Tim Bosch with a beautiful Kimura submission. Wow, if this guy does not get a title shot, I don't know, man. I really don't know. That is a beautiful submission victory. Sea Level Kane, 262 watching. Oh my goodness, what is happening to the stream today? Wow. There are videos which I've made which have not even touched 262 viewers in total, and I have 262 viewers concurrently. That is a lot of kindness from you guys. Really, really appreciate it. So for that love, I do promise you guys this. If we hit 250 subscribers, I'm going to start a Thursday podcast, Thursday early morning Eastern, and Wednesday nights to break down MMA updates and fight news just as technically as we break down these fights. Beautiful transition to mount. Isolates the arm, the right arm, the strong arm. No, the weak arm, sorry. The left arm. Cranks it from a, not even a north-south sort of side control position. Oh, there was physical pain in the eyes of Tim Bosch when that happened. The way he isolated their arm, oh my goodness, oh God. That is not good, guys. Jacare Souza, I don't know why he lost against Yoel Romero, man, but he looks so much better these days. Please give this guy a title shot, please. Whew. Just two more, ladies and gents, two more remaining. The Spider is back in the next one. In the co-main event. The official decision is in round 1. Everybody's gonna go this now because it's a submission victory. I did not expect that to happen, but hey, it's Jacare. He can pull out everything. Beautiful Kimura submission late in the round to finish Tim Bosch. Tim Bosch has already exited the octagon. Joe Rogan doing the post-fight interviews for Jacare Souza. Let us give you the links for these fights on cable one more time so that you guys can watch them with me. Hopefully this works. I don't know whether they've stopped working recently. As far as I checked 2 days back, these channels were working. I'm currently watching it on Sony ESPN. Romero is amazingly explosive. That is correct, sir. Romero is really explosive. The way he knocked out Chris Weidman, that is no joke, sir. That is craziness personified. Yoel Romero will just shoot on you from nowhere and you'd be out. Most finishes in UFC Strikeforce middleweight history. Luke Rockhold 12, Anderson Silva 11, and guess who's number 3? It's Jacare with 10 finishes in UFC Strikeforce history. He wants the title shot. That's what he's saying. He is so angry right now. I'm telling you, Jacare Souza is really angry. He's demanding a title shot, and I think, ladies and gents, he deserves one. Come on, let's give this guy a title shot. Okay, Yoel Romero, after he's done with Michael Bisping, hey, which is going to be a really unpredictable fight. Don't count Michael Bisping out of any fight. I have stopped doing that after I watched him knock out Luke Rockhold. I have stopped predicting Michael Bisping's fights. And especially after I saw Dan Henderson land 2 H-bombs on his chin, and he just took it. Yair Rodriguez in the house. So is Khabib, the Eagle Nurmagomedov. So humble in all of his conversations. He is going to be fighting Tony El Kakui Ferguson on UFC 209, which is going to be an awesome card. Much better than this one on pay-per-view. Khabib versus Tony for the interim lightweight championship. I really feel. Now, people don't start hating me. Listen me out, okay? Khabib would destroy Tony Ferguson. That's what I think, okay? Because, hear me out. If you saw Tony's last fight against Lando Vannata, I don't know how many of you watched that fight. A lot of you joined into my stream on that one. But Lando Vannata had Tony Ferguson in a lot of trouble. Lots of trouble. He had him knocked down multiple times. He almost finished him. But somehow Tony Ferguson came back with a beautiful patented Darce choke submission, if I remember correctly, in his fight against Lando Vannata. Lando Vannata, though, KO of the year 2016. If you did not watch that one, man, come on, you gotta go watch that one. John Makdessi versus Lando Vannata. The way Lando Vannata finished that fight, that was a KO of the year 2016. Spinning roundhouse kick onto the chin, walk-off knockout. It doesn't get any better than that. Lando Vannata is no joke, guys. But so is Ronaldo Jacare Souza. No joke either. Halo Wars 2 is the official sponsor for this pay-per-view event. Till we get the co-main event of the evening going, let's see what the comment section is blowing up on. Khabib is changing Tony's bum life. Okay, Mike plays. Okay. The Eagle is on just another level. That is correct, sir. My prediction, Derek knocks out Silva in first and KOs Holly in the second. That is not a bad prediction, guys. That is not bad at all. And we have reached officially 201 subscribers. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Really, really kind gestures from all the people who have tuned into the stream today. Really, really appreciate it. So 250 is when we will stream on Wednesday nights or Thursday morning if you are in the East, that is Asia, and if you're in the West, you'll be getting it Wednesday nights. All MMA news and updates streamlined, packed, and parceled in a 1-hour podcast. That is what is going to happen when we hit 250 subscribers. I would dedicate more time to this pursuit of mine to fill the void that Mike Goldberg has left in the mixed martial arts commentating business, because he is a legend. I do not know how many of you agree to that. Do let me know in the comment section, guys, how many of you think that Mike Goldberg should not have been replaced by the UFC. Just let me know in the comments. Let's blow it up, guys. This guy deserves much better than that. They are thinking about getting him back, but it's not official yet. So we could put some pressure on UFC. That's what UFC fans do. That's what mixed martial arts fans should do. I think Mike Goldberg deserves a chance in breaking down the fights. He and Joe Rogan, in my opinion, is the best team to break down fights. In the meanwhile, they're showing a new promo for UFC 209, just in case you want. Go Spider. Silva is getting knocked out. My prediction, Derek. Okay, Eagle is on another level. Tony will destroy that used Q-tip Khabib. That is really funny. Connor puts the lights out for both. That could be correct. That is correct. Brazil wins. Holly not getting KO'd. Will be decision win. That is a good prediction. Who won, Holly or Jermaine? Jermaine and Holly is yet to come. 8-ball giveaway. Thank you for joining in. Silva should win unless he is not focused and training hard. That is actually on point. Level 55 tank. Probably. Mike Goldberg is going to Bellator. You're an Indian bitch. Okay. Troy Palmer. Do I look like a bitch? Maybe. Khabib will impregnate him for all that humpkin. C-level Kane with a lot of good comments. Spider's back. Fuck you. Okay? You said I'm an Indian bitch. Why do you want to fuck me, Troy Palmer? Kennedy LC. No one yet. Conor McGregor makes dollar signs with one hand and taps out with the other. There's nothing. Absolutely nothing his daddy Dana White can do about it. Oh, Jesse Ramirez. My goodness. That is beautiful. Mike Goldberg probably gets paid too much, though. So, I want a lower cost commentator. Yeah, probably. They should hire me though. I'd be the lowest cost commentator in the business. Rogan is biased. Yeah, I agree. Rogan could be a little biased. That's probably there. Try Palmer, give me that neck. C-level K. So many new people with these funny comments, man. Oh, the next one. The Notorious will dismantle Woodley, Ferguson, and Khabib. His striking is too much sauce. Komofako Pola PC? I don't know what language is that. I know you know. Try and want that shit. Okay. So, my summary of all those comments is Khabib has the higher probability of winning against Tony Ferguson, for sure. For sure. There's not even an argument, okay? If you guys watched him dismantle Michael Johnson, you would know. Michael Johnson has already defeated Tony Ferguson, okay? And the way he bitch slapped Michael Johnson, it was not even funny. He was talking to Dana White, like he was having a proper conversation with Dana White while he was whooping Michael Johnson's ass. And Michael Johnson has already defeated Khabib 2 years back. Not Khabib, Tony Ferguson 2 years back. I agree fighters will evolve. I agree fighters would, progress in their life. But Khabib is undefeated for a reason. The only fight I'm interested in watching right now, which is going to be really getting excited, is Khabib versus Conor. I really want to see that fight. I mean, irrespective of whether Khabib wins or loses. If Khabib loses, they're not going to give him that fight. But assuming Khabib wins the next one, it's going to be a really interesting one. Conor has that piston left hand, which is going to pretty much knock most people out at 155 and lower. So the problem is going to be, can he handle the wrestling of Khabib? Khabib can take a punch. If you saw Michael Johnson's fight with Khabib, Michael Johnson landed a hard punch. He fell into a single leg, modified into a double, and took down Michael Johnson while he was still dazed. That is how crazy Khabib is. And apparently the legend has it that this guy wrestles actual bears. Not bears, B-E-A-Rs. Fuck your R's. My goodness. C-Level Kane is fucking hilarious. I agree, man. C-Level Kane, you should subscribe to the channel, man. I am telling you. You should subscribe to the channel. C-Level Kane, that name itself is so funny. It's not Mexico Kane. It's not, Denver Kane. It's C-Level Kane. I get you. Co-main coming up, and my pick is going to be Anderson Silva. Let me know, guys, on the comments who you got for the co-main. I'm going to go with the Spider for this one. I agree Father Time will defeat everybody, but I feel Silva has something left. Looking at how he fought Daniel Cormier, he got beaten up on the ground. Okay, I agree. UFC 200, DC versus Silva. But at the end of the fight, who was in more trouble? Was it DC or was it Silva? I feel it was DC backing up, trying to survive the last round. If it was a 5-round fight, who knows, man? Could have gone either way, right? But Derek Brunson is also a wrestler. That is what is making me hold on to me going all out on this prediction. Derek Brunson has got crazy wrestling, okay? But has he got the stand-up skills to beat the Spider? Or has Father Time caught on finally with Silva? Silva, remember, has not won a fight in his last 2 ones because he got defeated by Michael Bisping through a unanimous decision. And his victory against Nick Diaz got turned into a no contest. So that basically means that right from the time Chris Weidman defeated Anderson Silva, Silva has not won a fight at all. So that's a 4-fight streak without any victory. So DC is going to get slept. All right. Silva's taking this, I believe, in devastating fashion. Silva is the GOAT. Silva win. DC is going to get slept. Tony has more fire in his eyes and Khabib has more. Jesse Ramirez is up there with C-Level Kane, man. C-Level Kane and Jesse Ramirez. If you guys just join the stream every once in a while, man, this is going to be so hilarious. Jesse Ramirez, shout out to you. And C-Level Kane, Shout out to both of you guys. If you guys run a channel, please ask your subscribers. They will immediately sub you because you guys are fucking hilarious. Wow. Silva by KO. What up? Cop is life. Weidman took Silva's soul. Wow. Mike, please. Are you related to the great Kali? Yes, I am his brother, who's a little shorter. We are cousins. All right. Though I look a little bit fairer, I believe. A little bit better looking than the great Kali. Maybe a little bit, okay? I agree I'm an ugly looking bitch, but hey, it's okay. It's okay. Troy, are you still here? Or are you out? Where's that motherfucker? Give his neck to me on a platter. Derek Brunson entering the octagon. Let's cut all of that bullshit. It's time to focus on the co-main. Co-main time, 250 concurrent listeners to this podcast, which is off the charts. That's the highest numbers I've ever done in my entire broadcasting career. 35 videos up on YouTube. In case I totally forgot, just to update you guys with the links on the comment section. Just check it out quickly. It might be working right now. Sea Level Kane, contemplate it. I disagree. He still has us. His movement is still there and striking still looks great. Agreed. Tristan Max, good breakup. That is what is making me lean towards Silva. I know he's getting old, but his movement is 80% compared to his prime, 80% at best. His head movement is where his problem is. I really feel his head movement is okay, probably 70% of his prime. I really have to look at his takedown defense. Paul Daly backing up Derek Brunson in the corner. So Paul Daly and Mike Winklejohn is also assisting Derek Brunson in this fight. Should be a technical one. Can Derek Brunson knock out Anderson Silva? Absolutely possible. Can Anderson Silva knock out Derek Brunson? Absolutely possible. The most first round stoppages in UFC middleweight history is for Derek Brunson. He has 5 in total and 9 victories by knockout. So Derek Brunson has got some power. But can Silva go through all of that haze of movement and get that punch, get that knockout? I believe so. I do believe so. But is it bad to bet on Derek Brunson as the underdog? Not at all. It's a good pick. So let's get the crystal ball working. I don't know whether you guys can see the colors changing because of my shitty laptop setup, but it is blinking profusely. It's not going in any direction, but it is leaning towards blue, my crystal ball. In case you want to buy this, I will put a link in the description for my next podcast where to buy my favorite crystal ball to do all the predictions. They are playing Doom by Kai, available on iTunes. That is the song they are playing for Anderson Silva, who is getting walked out by his longtime trainer and his sons. Both of them are next to him. Why is Anderson Silva breathing out of his mouth? Is he already tired? Probably the greatest of all time. Probably. Fuck Alvarez. I agree, man. No more. I back for the steps by the... I back Jesse Ramirez. I back. Silva says, okay, I back. Silva is taking it all in as he enters the octagon. He's doing that old shimmy which he used to do, that dance before he knocks out people cold. That old Silva, he's doing that dance after a long time. His sons are there. They feel a little nervous, man. I do feel that. But hey, if Silva gets a victory here, he might call it. I just get a feeling. Because both of his sons are actually accompanying him to the octagon. So if Silva gets a victory in this might be the last time we are seeing the Spider. That is not what I expected, actually. Both of his sons are actually accompanying him. He looks really relaxed compared to normal. He looks really relaxed. He just got a Brazil flag from the crowd. He looks loose. He looks to be enjoying himself. So I'm probably gonna go with Silva by KO. Probably. I think his chin, even though Chris Weidman knocked him out when he was playing around, his chin is still a little better than Derek Brunson, because Derek Brunson has got pretty much flatlined in all of his knockout losses. So I'm going with the Spider. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. Hopefully he gets this, man. He deserves a victory. It's been such a long time seeing Silva winning anything. Let's look at the records. Tied second most in UFC middleweight history for total wins. Tied most wins by stoppage in UFC history, 14. Highest significant striking percentage landed in middleweight history, 62% almost, for Anderson, the Spider, Silva. I would not fuck Nunes at all. No, I am not going to do that. Jesse Ramirez, I'm about to smoke these obese, crystallized, mango-flavored fatty, all while sipping on 1976 scotch. Okay, Jesse Ramirez. Okay. As Daniel Cormier would say, okay. Okay, John Jones, calm down. Get your shit together. I'm waiting for you. Anderson Silva, though, looking calm and collected. 325 concurrent listeners. My goodness, I am blown away by all the support which I'm getting today. If we hit 250 subs, I assure you, I'm going to start a new podcast every Wednesday night, US time, to give you guys more updates on mixed martial arts. Silva, though, wearing his trademark yellow trunks. Silva getting the loudest reception of all the fighters. They are on their feet. Derek Brunson, though, showing respect to Silva. He's always looked up to him. Let's look at the tail of the tape. It's here. 41. Anderson Silva. Derek Brunson, 33. 6'2". Silva, 1 inch taller than Brunson. The reach is virtually and realistically identical. The referee. I want to see the referee. Who has to do this one? Should be Herb. Probably should be Herb or John McCarthy. No, it's some other guy. It's Yves Levine. Yves Levine is doing the referee work, and Bruce Buffer is doing the ring work as usual. The Spider has crawled to his patented Spider position. Derek Brunson is feeling it. Just looking at Derek Brunson's face, I could sense he's a little twitchy. Silva, though, is enjoying himself a little bit here. This is 3 rounds, guys. This is not 5 rounds, so could be anyone's game. I'm going to go with Silva as my final pick before it all begins. 16 victories and 4 losses for Derek Brunson, who is the minus 150 favorite against Silva as per Las Vegas odds. Wow. Where's Mr. Pliss? Are you hearing me? I would definitely go with Randemie, man. Probably 350. I'd put 350 on Randemie for as an insurance, just in case. All right. So whoever wants some odds for the final one, yes. In case, guys, if you have not yet bet on the co-main event, please go for Silva, because minus 150 is a little too much for Derek Brunson, I feel. You could go for a little bit of insurance on Derek, but it's pretty even, so I would probably split it even between both of these guys to save money. Maybe go a little bit in favor of Silva, because as an underdog, you get paid out much better. Silva, though, rushing to the middle. Yves Levine doing the ring work as the referee, and the beautiful Brittany Palmer doing the card work. Here we go. Silva taking the center. Derek Brunson is southpaw. Silva is also a southpaw. Silva very tentative, looking to counter. 4 minutes and 46, 45, and 44 of the first round. Both fighters really twitchy. Nobody's doing any shit at all. Derek Brunson might be looking for some wrestling. Silva has to be careful, bouncing up and down. Leg kick evaded by Silva. Good range management. Silva, though, has to be careful with his head movement. He cannot do the same mistake as he did against Chris Weidman. Absolutely no fucking action here, guys. This is not what I expected from this fight, but hey, once it goes, it's going to be fireworks time. Silva is employing the Nick Diaz fight strategy which he had. He's very focused. Derek Brunson lining an outside leg kick. The commentators John Anik, Joe Rogan, and the light heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier doing the work. Silva uncharacteristically not rushing in. Derek Brunson also patiently waiting. The crowd is getting restless. 3 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. Oh, good counter right hook by Silva. That got Brunson's attention. Good counter right hook. Silva, though, slowly pushing Brunson. Oh, good check right hook again by Silva. Silva feeling it. Silva seems to be feeling it. Really close. 3 minutes 10. Lot of feints, lot of head movement by both gentlemen. Derek Brunson lining an inside leg kick. Silva going for an oblique kick. Trying to close the distance. Silva, though, has to be careful. Brunson going for a low single, moving into a high single, going into a pressure game. Silva, though, doing good takedown defense. Good recovery by Brunson. Silva has to disengage from this position. It is not good for Silva. Muay Thai plum. Derek Brunson disengages. They take the center again. Beautiful game of chess going back and forth. Really close first round. Silva's head is tucked in a little lower than usual. It's generally a little high. It's tucked in a little more solidly. If this keeps going on for 3 rounds, I feel Silva would get the decision. Oh, good jab by Anderson Silva. Oh, good left hook connects for Silva. That one connects on Derek Brunson's chin. Derek Brunson's is a little wobbly and tentative. Silva slowly. This is that spider mode. Good level change. Oh, good punches by Derek. Silva has to be careful. Silva has, oh, good punch. Good knee to the body. Good knee to the body by Silva on the break. Good counter right hook by Silva again. It's a close fight, guys. It's a really close fight. Derek Brunson got some good punches in the previous exchanges. This is going crazy in the comments section, I know, but I am focusing only on the fight and breaking it down as technically as possible for you guys. Silva still with the feints. Silva has to throw a little bit more. He cannot wait for Brunson to recover from his punches. Slightly modified karate stance for Silva. Goes back to his traditional. Good inside leg kick. Slightly grazed the legs of the spider. The spider, though, still hanging in there. Good outside leg kick by Derek Brunson. That one landed hard. Silva still pressuring Derek Brunson back. This might be what Silva needs. Derek Brunson is not engaging in any exchanges. Silva, though, oh, good kick to the body. That one got Brunson's attention. Oh, good spinning back kick. Brunson says, no, son. Good right hook. Oh, good punches. Silva might be in trouble. Silva recovers. Good knee. Oh, he slips and falls on his head after trying to go for a flying knee. 10 seconds remaining. But I think that they might give this round to Anderson Silva. Possible. Silva's gas tank, though, is not the same as before. For sure, Silva's gas tank's not the same as before. 400 people on the stream. If any of you have got a good link, thank you very much. These are the channels on which you can watch these fights on cable: XBMC and Cody. Silva's probably winning that first round. Getting good advice from the coaches. Mike Winklejohn is also giving good advice to Derek Brunson. Head movement is what Silva needs. Good spinning back kick by Silva. The clinch work. The flying knee attempt is what got Silva in trouble. Could go either ways, guys. Very close round one. Silva looks ready. He should not be going for that Muay Thai clinch with Derek Brunson. That is what has got him into trouble. So his coaches have told him to stay away from the Thai clinch. Maintain distance and hit whenever you can. Silva playing the smart game. Both of the fighters not rushing anything. Silva might bring that patented front kick to the face which he hit Vitor Belfort with. Going for a level change. Beautiful sprawl by Silva. And takedown defended. Good work. Round 2, 4 minute 14, 13, and 12 in the link. How did you guys see the first round? Let me know. Silva going for a knee again, not a flying one from the ground. This is so much like a chess match. Not a lot of action, but still both fighters measuring each other, the distance, and trying to go for that killer finish. Silva going around in circles against Derek Brunson. A good right hook connects for Silva. Good head movement by Silva. Silva pressuring Brunson again. Still only feints. Not a lot of action again. Silva wants to go for a body kick. Good left hook connects for Derek Brunson. Silva's kicks are missing more frequently than they are hitting. Oh, beautiful head movement by Anderson Silva. The slip. Good kick to the body. Good right hook. Connects. Oh, good spinning back fist. Good level change by Derek Brunson. But Silva is up immediately. No, he is not. Derek Brunson said Silva poked him in the eye. Oh, beautiful reversal by Silva. Up immediately. Good work by Anderson. Over under. Clinching up against the cage. Derek Brunson trying to put some pressure. Silva would try to reverse this and move out and circle away. But 2 minutes and 10 seconds. A lot of time remaining to get a finish in this round. Very few strikes to judge who's getting the dominant position in these exchanges. But looks to be pretty even till now. In the middle of the second round with 1 minute 55 seconds remaining. Good knee to the body by Brunson. Good clinch work. Good elbow by Silva. Good shoulder movement by Silva. Good defense overall in terms of takedowns for Anderson throughout the fight. 30 strikes for Brunson, is it? Beautiful head movement again by Silva. I'm just starting to think that this could be a split decision. Beautiful level change again by Derek Brunson, but Silva stuffs that takedown once more. Silva could go for the knees. Good shoulder hit and punch to the face by Silva. Good inside leg kick by Derek Brunson. .55 seconds remaining in round 2. Very difficult to score this fight. Really difficult to score this fight. So all the links which are given in the comment section, those are the channels you can watch this fight. Oh, beautiful outside leg kick by Anderson. Derek Brunson is only running away from Silva. Oh, capoeira in the house. Oh, good knee to the body by by Anderson Silva. Beautiful work. Oh, good right hook by Anderson. That hurt Brunson. Anderson should move in. Get some jabs in. Beautiful takedown defense. Anderson's feeling it. Beautiful work at the end of the round by Anderson. Really close fight. I would probably give it 1-1 or maybe a close 2-0 for Anderson. But if this is going to the judges, they're going to go with Anderson Silva for sure. Just because of the pressure he's putting in. Uncle Creepy could not fight due to a problem with his opponent in terms of cutting weight. So Uncle Creepy, Ian McCall, could not win. Man, what a great night of fights, guys. Last round remaining, though most of them have been decisions, I agree, except Jacare Souza finishing Tim Bosch via a beautiful Kimura. Except that every other fight has been a decision. So has it been a boring night of fights? I wouldn't call it boring. I would probably call it a little bit more technical. You could expect the same in the main event of the evening against Holm and Randemie. In case you're wondering who my pick is going to be Jermaine Randamie for the victory. Round 3. Silva versus Brunson. Who's going to get this? Good head movement again by Silva. Silva has to let them hands go. Good punch by Silva. Good high kick. Silva moves out of the way. This round has to be a dominant one for either fighter to secure the victory. Good level change. But Silva again blocks it, gets up. Beautiful reversal. Oh, good knee to the body by Silva. Oh, good right hook by Silva. That one got Derek's attention. Good head movement. His head movement is on point. Oh, good kick to the body by Anderson. Beautiful sprawl again by Anderson Silva. Good knee to the head. Maybe a guillotine, going for a level change. Silva though, takedown defense on point. Going for a single leg. Silva secures the hands away from his legs. Beautiful takedown defense by Anderson in this fight. For sure, he has made improvements in his takedown defense overall. Good shoulder block. They disengage. Silva again takes the center. Good kick the body again by Anderson. Oh, good punch to the face by Anderson. Derek Brunson is slowing down a little bit. And as expected, Silva is slowly pulling away with this one. Silva, though, could get knocked out at any moment if Derek Brunson connects. So he has to be careful. Get some more punches in. Oh, good punch to the body by Silva. Oh, good right hook. He should not clinch with Brunson. Good knee to the body. Good right hook connects for Anderson. Good punch to the body by Anderson. Good kick to the body by Anderson. Anderson is mixing these things in. Derek Brunson again going for a level change, but does not connect. Guys have slowed down significantly. I feel Derek Brunson has. Anderson has to be careful. A good knee to the body by Anderson on the break. Good stuff by Anderson in round 3. I feel he is getting the better in these exchanges. Good kick to the body again. Both guys went for the kick. Good left hook for Anderson, connects. Good jabs by Derek Brunson. Going for a Superman punch, does not connect. Good inside leg kick by Brunson. Brunson slowly realizing that this might be... Oh, good spinning kick to the leg. He's shaking hands. Anderson Silva's like, okay, it's okay. Derek Brunson might be just a little overwhelmed by this point. He might not have it in his gas tank to pull this out. 1 minute 42 remaining. Oh, good left hook by Silva. Level change again by Brunson. Again, Silva stuffs the takedown. But Brunson finally gets the fight to the ground. But can Silva get a submission, or what will be happening in the ground exchanges for Derek Brunson? Silva, though, defending perfectly. Not a lot of damage done by Derek Brunson at all. Good elbow from the bottom by Silva. 1 minute remaining. Silva defending expertly. Brunson not doing anything much. Silva could go for a triangle, but he's not interested in that. Not a lot of action at all from Derek Brunson's side. Maybe going for an omoplata. Oh, Silva is pretty much locked in. Oh, Silva trying to reverse. 30 seconds. Brunson recovers the guard again. Beautiful work by Brunson on the ground late in the round. But is that going to be enough? Silva also throwing in some punches. Oh, good elbow by Silva. That one dazed Brunson from the bottom. This is pretty much even, guys. Last 10 seconds remaining. Anyone's fight. Anyone's fight. Oh, good elbow. And then Anderson Silva. Though he had a mistake there late in the round, Anderson Silva still feels he could pull out the victory. What do you guys think, man? Let me know in the comment section. 7:33. Art of cum garglers, you retarded rainbow licking camel cock faggot. My goodness. You almost killed me there, Jesse Ramirez. Oh my god. C-level Kane and Jesse Ramirez. Get that Troy Palmer bitch out of here. Let me block that bitch here. It's enough. That is enough. Where's that bitch? Troy Palmer. There's just too much of... Oh, I can't even block now? What the hell, guys? Let's just block this guy. Whew. Even Mendoza. Thank you, play-by-play. Not bad. Thank you very much. Jesse's crying for attention. Oh shit, he blocking. He blocking. He blocking shit. I don't know, it's really close, man. Would definitely be a split decision for sure. I don't know, man. Could go Brunson's way also. Maybe the late takedown. But hey, Silva could win this. The Morris Express. Thank you very much. Do subscribe if you like my play-by-play and fight analysis. Let's hear the decision. Bruce Buffer. Unanimous decision. Unanimous decision. Anderson, the Spider Silva. Unanimous decision, guys. Unanimous decision. That is what I'm talking about. So, Troy, go suck a bag of dicks. I am not biased, and this is how I break it down. Thank you. I mean, come on. I can take some abuse, but not that level shit. Whew. Okay. In case you want to see the fights, I have put the links on the comments. Silva won by unanimous decision. Thank you very much for all the support. 761 listeners. Silva is really emotional. Let's hear this, guys. Could be a really emotional moment for Silva. Is he calling it? First, first of all, God. Guys, what you do not observe in the fight metrics. Wow. Guys, as I predicted it earlier, Silva is calling it. This is it, guys. This is it. Silva says it's over. It looks like he's calling it. Yes, looks like it's a wrap for Anderson Silva's career. Such an emotional moment, guys. Anderson Silva probably looks like he's calling it a career. He just says it's a lot of stress for his family, going through training camps. He says fighting is his life. He also says these young guys are, much faster and stronger than he is now, which is correct. But still, he pulled off a victory against Brunson, unanimous decision, man. Props to Silva. Such a legend, man. Such a legend. Once again, guys, so many comments pouring in. I do appreciate all of this, but once again, these are the channels which I would recommend for you guys to watch the fights on. I am watching this right now on Sony ESPN. A lot of requests for where to watch the fights, etc., etc. So I've just put in a lot of channels on the comment section. Just scroll up, look at that. I'm still not sure he retired, but looks like it. Jeremy Lin, Brooklyn Nets point guard, is in the house. But man, Chris Cyborg. Woo! Cyborg's in the house. Isn't she banned or something? 16 wins and 1 loss and 1 no contest for Chris Cyborg, man. Oh God. Oh God. We're all set for the main event. Holm, Jermaine de Randemie. De Randamie is my pick to get the finish late in the fight or win by a unanimous decision. That is my pick for the main event. And as I had predicted, Anderson Silva getting the unanimous decision, not a split decision, guys, unanimous decision victory against Derek Brunson, 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27. Derek Brunson could not land enough significant strikes. even though it shows that in the fight metrics, most of the punches which have been landed by Derek Brunson, they did not do anything. But Silva was landing with power, Silva was landing with precision, and Silva was pushing the pace all the time. He literally had defended almost close to 10 takedowns. Okay. 2 of 11. So 9 takedowns were defended by Anderson Silva. And the takedowns which he got were only due to one mistake by Anderson Silva with the flying knee. And the other one was when he was, tripped a little bit by Derek Brunson. So I know the fight metrics is a little wonky. I agree. But I think it's a fair decision on the part of the UFC to give that one to Anderson Silva, because I feel the body kicks, the punches, the counters, the overall octagon control and pressure, I think that was a little bit more important in this fight compared to just the jabs which Derek Brunson was throwing throughout the fight. And most of the strikes which Derek Brunson got were on the ground, and they didn't land that hard as such. So that is a fair decision in my opinion. Okay, Jesse Ramirez. Jesse Ramirez, thank you for joining the stream, but it's okay. We cannot abuse so much. All right. Mike, please. Level 51 Larson. Okay, where's the link? Okay, once more. Not the links. These are the channels which you need to search. These are the channels. Chance Brown, cool down, guys, cool down. And in case you want to watch it online over the internet, this link works 70% of the time. Odd Eyes Magician and all the other guys who are asking me questions, it's too difficult to follow 713 people simultaneously tuning into the stream. I have not lifted in the last month. Pretty much almost month and a half, because I was on holidays. I could not cover UFC 207, was so disappointed with that. But this year I've covered all the UFC fights. All the UFC fights have been covered, and all the responses have been great. So if you like the play-by-play and fight analysis, do leave a sub to the channel, because we cover all mixed martial art fights done by UFC and Bellator. And since we only do this, we do not get into alcohol or smoking weed or smoking tobacco in the middle of the stream, just to keep it professional, in the name of the great one, the Mike Goldberg, who got fired by the UFC for no apparent reason. Maybe he was too costly, I agree with that. But hey, Mike Goldberg was a legend. Let's bring that guy back, all right? And if he gets back, I would do one more show for you guys every week. So if we hit 250, I'm going to do a Wednesday night breakdown of all MMA news every Wednesday night US time. And if Mike Goldberg comes back, I'm going to start another podcast somewhere in the middle of the week, along with my MMA fight update podcast, which will happen on Wednesday nights. If we hit 250 subs, Souza has fought and defeated Tim Boestch. We are still at 201 subs. Thank you all for joining into the stream. Jermaine the Randemie entering the octagon. Before you go away, let me quickly let you know the update for all the fights which happened in the evening. The first one was Ryan LaFleur versus Ron Jucao Carniero. LaFleur got a knockdown and a takedown to get the unanimous decision nod against Jucao. Then we had the Gladiator, Rick Glenn, going up against Philip Noor. Philip Noor had the better in the striking exchanges, but overall significant strikes was slightly in favor of Rick Glenn, and the control was also in favor of Rick Glenn. Then we had Korny Niklens versus Islam Makhachev from Dagestan, Russia, the same country Khabib Nurmagomedov hails from. Islam Makhachev does what Islam Makhachev does always: get the ground and pound, and also work the takedowns while you're at it. Submission attempts were there for Nick Lenz, but thoroughly dominated by Islam Makhachev. Then we had Wilson Hayes going up against Ulka Sasaki. Dominant performance by Wilson Hayes. Wilson Hayes getting 6 takedowns and 2 submission attempts and 8.5 minutes of octagon control. Then we had an upset for the New York native, Randy Brown, who was found on Dana White looking for a fight. He gets defeated for the first time in his UFC career by Bilal, remember the name, Muhammad. As you can see, all of these fights were decision. Then we had fight of the night till now, Dustin Poirier versus Jim Miller. What a fight. They went at it toe to toe, stand and bang marathon between these two gentlemen. Jim Miller got a lot of leg kicks, almost broke Dustin Poirier's leg inside the octagon, but came back and got the victory by split decision. Dustin Poirier. Then we had Glover Teixeira winning by a unanimous decision against Jared Cannonier, and the only finish of the entire night was Ronaldo Jacare Souza versus Tim the Barbarian Boestch. The Barbarian landed a right hand early to wobble Souza, but Souza came back, got the takedown, got the mount, and got the Kimura submission. Beautiful work by Ronaldo Jacare. Then we had the co-main, Anderson the Spider Silva going up against Derek Brunson. Derek Brunson was a little gun shy. I have to say that after looking back at the fight. Little gun shy in pulling the trigger. Could not work the wrestling game, which he tried to impose, and then eventually ended up losing to Anderson the Spider Silva, who almost, I think, called it a career. Some of it was Portuguese. I could not listen to it while I was talking to you guys. I would verify that at the end of the night. We are all set for the main event. Jermaine Randemie has entered the octagon, 10-time Muay Thai champion. Holly Holm, 18-time boxing world champion, IBF, WBA, multiple organizations. Can Holly Holm bounce back from her defeats to Valentina Shevchenko and Miesha Tate? Can she do that? She has the capability to do it. She is not cutting weight. Her stand-up is legit, but she is a counter-striker, whereas the Randemie is more of an aggressor. That is why I am going ahead with Jermaine Randemie. I feel her Muay Thai is exceptionally better compared to Holly Holm. Even though takedowns wise, I would have to give the advantage to Holly. If you remember, Holly Holm did take down Ronda Rousey in her fight. So that is going to be my prediction for Holly Holm versus Jermaine Randemie. Do let me know in the comments, guys, who you got in the main event of the evening, which is about to start. Holly Holm and Jermaine Randemie, former UFC bantamweight champion, 12-time pro boxing champion, landed 98.8 significant strikes from standing position. As you know, she is a counter puncher. She forgot her mouthpiece also. That means she is a little nervous. Holly Holm forgot her mouthpiece. Mike Goldberg and Joe Rogan are not doing the commentary anymore. That is why you have the alternative at MMA Live, the channel where you get only technical fight analysis. No bullshit, no nothing, just pure fight breakdowns and channel names where you can watch the fights with me. Stream2watch.cc. If you're listening to me, guys, stream2watch.cc 70% of the time works for links for UFC fights. So just go check out that channel if you're there right now listening to the stream. And if you are on cable or you have XBMC or Kodi on your TV box, you could check out the channels which I have mentioned in the links. Holly Holm is getting old. That is correct. 722 listeners. Holly ain't done. That is correct. But we're all set for the main event of the evening. Looking back at this fight card, I would have to say 208 overall could be termed as a disappointment. But the main card was not as bad as the prelims. The judges are Sam Diamato. The main referee is Todd Anderson. Where's Herb or John McCarthy? I'm really surprised that they did not bring John McCarthy or Herb Dean for this one. The Iron Lady, Jermaine de Randamie, weighed in a little bit lighter compared to Holly Holm, 143.5 pounds for Jermaine de Randamie, 144.5 pounds for Holly Holm. Holly Holm has the potential to bounce back from losses, but I really feel that the stand-up power that de Randamie possesses in her Muay Thai, that should be the difference. But if Holly can take down Jermaine, this is going to be a early night for Jermaine de Randamie. But my pick throughout the night has been Jermaine de Randamie. I think you've got good odds on her also. So if you are into betting or anything like that, please go ahead. Sea Level Kane. Okay. Guys, let's keep it down in the comments, right? Let's not abuse each other. Jesse Ramirez, please. I'm going to give you a last warning. Jesse Ramirez, please. Oh my God. Jesse, can you stop? Or I'm going to block you. That's it. If I get one more bad comment, Jesse Ramirez, I'm going to block you. All right? This is for the inaugural UFC Bantamweight Championship. Chris Cyborg is in the house. I don't know why they brought her in for this fight. Holly Holm is pumped. They say good luck to each other. Jermaine de Randamie and Holly Holm are almost the same height. They touch gloves. Here we go. Holly looks much more stronger compared to Jermaine de Randamie. I have to say that she looks much thicker than de Randamie. Would I tap that ass? Probably, but not really interested. Here we go. Both fighters taking the center. Muay Thai stance for Jermaine, slowly working in. Counterpunching stance, boxing oriented for Holly Holm. In and out for both fighters. Oh, both fighters exchange. Kick to the body by Jermaine, answered by a right check hook by Holly Holm. The oblique kick has always been a weapon for Holly Holm. Jermaine has to be careful. The Iron Lady has to maintain the range and then let go. Slowly move in and then move away. Good defense by Jermaine for the punches of Holly. Still not a lot of action. Low line leg kick attempted by Holly Holm. Jermaine, though, lot more stoic. Good outside leg kick by Holly Holm. Not a lot of effect shown in the eyes of Jermaine. If you let Jermaine in the clinch, it's almost over for you because those knees are going to come from all sorts of position. Holly Holm fighting a safe fight till now. Managing distance well. Jermaine trying to move into punching range. Good kick to the legs again by Holly. Yes, this is good range for Jermaine. Jermaine is just... Oh, good inside leg kick by Jermaine. That one landed hard. Jermaine is careful of the left straight of Holly Holm, the one which he used again and again against Ronda Rousey. Jermaine wants to clinch. Holly doesn't want any of it, so she moves away. Jermaine has to let her hands go. That's pretty much the motto of the fight. She cannot worry about... Oh, good right hook by Jermaine. Almost an elbow. That one kind of dazed Holly Holm. Holly Holm is way on the outside for this one. Way on the outside. Not looking good. Good oblique kick by Holly. Connects partially. Man, Germaine throws so much effort into her kicks. Holly always on the outside. Oh, good right hook connects for Germaine. Dazed Holly there. Holly back though. She can take a punch. Holly Holm can take a punch. She showed it against the fight in Valentina Shevchenko. She even dropped Valentina Shevchenko once. So the combination with Holly's throwing is jab, left straight, and kick to end the combination. But that has to be recognized by Germaine. Moving in again to land a kick. Holly Holm defending expertly, moving away. She's a very good counterpuncher. She's employing the same strategy. Oh, good left hook by Germaine. That one connected. But Holly though. Oh, good right hook and left by Germaine. Holly's chin may not hold up. She has to be careful while she's rushing in. I do not like the chances. As I told you, Germaine is a far more technical striker compared to Holly Holm in terms of kicking. 1 minute 30 seconds in round 1 remaining. Good counter right hook by Germaine, but does not connect fully. Back to the center. Oh, solid right hand again by Germaine. Man, these ladies are slowly loosening up. Slowly. But still comparatively more action compared to Brunson and Silva. For sure. Holly has to throw that left with some bad intentions. That's the only way. Germaine is setting some traps, I feel. She's feinting and getting some reactions. Good level change by Holly. Beautiful reversal by Germaine, but they do not secure the takedown. Holly is so strong in the clinch, guys. So strong. Holly takes Germaine to the cage. Trying to pressure her. Good neck pressure. Good head pressure. Going for a single. Oh, good defense by Germaine there. Beautiful defense. Holly, though, still pressuring Germaine. 20 seconds remaining. Could be anybody's around this one. But I feel rather than clinching up, Holly should look more for counter pressure. If she gets a takedown, this could be her round. If not, I'm going to give it to Germaine. 5 seconds remaining. Good knee to the body by Germaine. And that is a wrap to round 1. I would say damage was more apparent from the punches of Germaine. Whereas Holly could not connect that much except some leg kicks. So I would not give that much importance to them. But a really close round nonetheless. But round 1 in my books in favor of Germaine. Trump, why are we at Trump now? 900 people watching this simultaneously for UFC 208 live play-by-play and commentary by MMA Live. First pay-per-view of the year, and the main event has gone off as expected. This one's gonna be a long one, guys. Fasten your seat belts. Actually, loosen your seat belts. Sit back and relax. Because this is going to be a long night of fights unless Germaine can find a knockout punch. It's going to be a long night. But I feel Germaine would pick up some pace in the later rounds. Good oblique kick by Holly. Holly has to go for those kicks to the body. Hands are not working for her. Good outside leg kick. Good kick to the body by Germaine. Holly evades it partially. Good right by Holly Holm. Trying a Brazilian kick. Germaine to Randemie. Holly's going for that leg. It's very apparent. Oh, good check right hook. That one dazed Holly, guys. That was a beautiful right hook. Holly just took it. Holly has a great chin. Oh, the kick comes and is evaded by Germaine. Oh, good right hook again. Germaine stepping in and winging that punch. Jermaine closing distance far better in this round. Holly is a little bit more tentative. Oh, good left by Holly. Left straight. Connects. Far more action in this round compared to the first. Jermaine, though, has to keep... Oh, beautiful oblique kick. Hyperextension of the legs. People hate John Jones for doing that. But man... Good combinations lining for both ladies. 3 minutes 33 seconds remaining. Jermaine is far more calm than in general. Good head movement to avoid the high kick from Holly by Jermaine. Oh, good step in right hook by Jermaine. Man, she wings with a lot of power in the right hand. Holly has to be careful. She cannot take a lot of these punches. She's just loosely getting in range with some punches. And she's not connecting with most of them. Jermaine is stepping back and then just landing that right hook. They clinch up. Holly pushing Jermaine to the cage. Good knee by Jermaine. Holly, though, looking for a takedown probably. Okay, Jesse Ramirez. Let's keep it down, guys, on the comment section while we watch these fights. 2 minutes 30 seconds remaining. Good pressure by Holly, though. Jermaine cannot seem to find an answer to the clinch game of Holly. A lot of pressure, maybe going for a takedown. But Jermaine is defending nicely. This is going to be a really long, maybe a little boring, but a really technical fight. The sprawl is good for Jermaine. She gets the over-under. Holly, though, still pressuring Jermaine. Goes for a double. Has she got her hands clasped? Looks like it. Jermaine reverses position. Oh, good knee. Those knees are devastating. Good knee by Holly, too. Good knee to the body. Oh, Jermaine is pressuring Holly here. Holly slowly moving Jermaine to the center and moving her away to the cage. Jermaine has to... Oh, good elbows to the thigh by Holly Holm. Much closer than I expected. Expected Jermaine to probably understand. Oh, good single. But does not connect. Good elbow by Holly. Oh, Muay Thai plum. Disengaging. Oh, good knee. Good knee to the body by Jermaine. Man, that one hurt Holly. Yes, she's got her hands clasped. She might get the takedown. Jermaine defending beautifully. Somehow getting the takedown defense on point. But I may have to give this round to Holly just because of the pressure she's putting against Jermaine. Jermaine cannot put much offense in this round. Holly, though, still trying to get that takedown. Good good knee to the body again by Jermaine, man. These knees are going to hurt in the long run. Holly has to also throw some knees because the knees of Jermaine are deadlier than hers. See, she can throw a knee right now, but she isn't. The referees might not like this and break up the action, but anyways, the round is coming to an end. Oh my goodness, that elbow almost finished Holly at the end of the round. I think that was after the bell. That was unnecessary. That could be a problem. She hits hard, man. Jermaine de Randemie hits hard. 1,000 people. Jermaine is all you say. Man, that close to the round was deadly. I think it was a elbow after the end of the round. Mike Winklejohn was not happy with that elbow. That was after the bell had rung. Agreed, but the crowd was going nuts, I guess. That was a Unnecessary elbow. But obviously cannot question Germaine. Maybe she was not hearing anything. But that could really affect the outcome of the fight. That elbow was really strong by the Randemie. Holly Holm, though, seems to have recovered pretty well. Round 3, they touch gloves. Is there going to be any change in the pattern? It's going to be a really tough fight to score. I have to give it to Germaine de Randamie till now. Maybe 1-1. Could be 1-1 easily. Holly Holm is not a good forward pressure fighter. She's a good counter puncher. She has to wait for Germaine to come in. Holly is rushing in far too frequently in these exchanges. She has to wait patiently, just like she did for Ronda Rousey. Let Germaine come in and then counter. And also throw some more kicks to the body and to the head. Mix it up. Because Germaine is recognizing these patterns and countering beautifully. Good right hook by de Randamie. Good inside leg kick. Holly Holm taking the center again. A good high kick, but does not connect for Holly Holm. Holly Holm throwing in some feints for those kicks. Holly has to pull the trigger with the kicks. She has to pull the trigger with the kicks. Maybe she's looking for a side kick. Yes, she is. Side kick to the body. Side kick again to the body. Oblique kick to the legs by Holly Holm. The highest number of people tuning into the stream simultaneously. Really appreciate all you guys coming in and listening to the podcast. All right, hook connects for Germaine again. Holly is just loosely throwing these jabs and trying to enter into range, which Germaine recognizes and counters her. Right hook connects for Germaine. Germaine is pressuring Holly now. Good jab by de Randamie, the Iron Lady. Holly going for a takedown, but does not get it. Good defense by Iron Lady. Holly Holm is feeling the same way she felt when she was fighting Valentina Shevchenko. That check right hook seems to be her biggest problem. Good right straight connects for de Randamie. A good left hook for de Randamie connects again. Holly went for that takedown and clinch game, but did not work. De Randamie still pressuring. Good kick to the body by the Iron Lady. Holly taking the center. She has to get some output going. This is not her round for sure compared to the second one. This is much more of a dominant round for de Randamie. Good outside leg kick by Holly, answered by the Iron Lady. Amanda Nunes, though, would easily eat both of them up if she had a chance. That is what I feel after looking at the contest. What is going on? Spinning back kick attempt does not connect. Jab connects for de Randamie. 1 minute 20 seconds remaining. Always going for that counter right hook. Holly gets the clinch. Wants to go for a trip. Will she get it? No. Beautiful defense by de Randamie. Good elbow on the break. But now de Randamie is pressuring Holly. A good right hook and left connects for de Randamie. This is a far superior round in my book for the Iron Lady. Good pressure against the cage. Probably Holly is fading a little bit. Oh, good spinning back elbow. Oh, good right hook connects for de Randamie. A lot of punches connecting for the Iron Lady. Good round. Dominant round for her. Easily 2-1 in favor of Germaine de Randamie, hailing from Holland, Utrecht. Same country as Alistair Overeem and Stefan Skyscraper Struve. Last 20 seconds of the fight remaining. Good oblique kick by Holm. Oh, good. Oh, beautiful stuff by Holm. She went for a Brazilian kick. Almost got the Randemie. What happened right there? The referee is warning the Randemie, saying that if she hits Holly again after the round ends, referee has given a warning to the Randemie that if she hits Holm after the round once more, he's going to deduct a point. That is not going to be good for the Randemie. That was probably a solid round for Jermaine. So that's 2-1 in my books. 1,168. That is 2-1 till now. Referee is a new guy. This is not Herb Dean or John McCarthy. Round 4 championship rounds. Guys were telling me the same thing when I was commentating for Anderson Silva's fight. They were saying don't hug Anderson Silva's nut. But I was correct. The unanimous decision was in favor of Anderson Silva. So I'm doing whatever I can to break this down as impartially as possible, guys. So please don't hate on me. Holly going for that low line leg kick. Holm has got good hairstyle. They clinch up against the cage. Holm has to get a takedown badly. That is the only way she can get this fight in her favor, if she gets a takedown and gets some ground and pound, because right now all her takedowns have been defended by the Randemie and no significant offense by Holly in the stand-up exchanges, except for that Brazilian kick which she connected and then landed a left kick at the close of the previous round. Holly still pressuring the Randemie against the cage. Really interesting to see whether she can. Yes, she might get this takedown, but the Randemie's core is very strong. Holly does not have enough power to finish this. Still looking for positions. Holly giving it one last shot to secure the single leg, but she abandons it again. Lack of action, so the referee breaks the fighters and resets them to the center. They should have deducted 1 point probably at the end of that previous round. Oh, right straight connects for the Iron Lady. Oblique kick connects for Holly again. Both fighters look pretty fresh for round 4. Good inside leg kick by Jermaine. Holly's range has not been that good in this fight. Good teep kick by the Randemie. The highest number of viewers concurrently ever in any of my podcasts is today. So thank you all for the lovely support. If you like the breakdown and the play-by-play, do leave a sub to the channel. Once we reach 250 subscribers, I will be doing a new podcast for you guys every Wednesday night just to give you news on the latest developments in the mixed martial arts universe. Holm gets caught by a knee, but good oblique kick by her. Oh, good right kick. Right hook for Jermaine lands. Holly again pressuring the Randemie. This is not winning Holly any points. Unfortunately, the judges do not see this as significant pressure if she cannot get the takedown. She has to get the takedown to secure the dominant position. Otherwise, they would count all of these attempts that Holly is making in favor of the Randemie. Holly has to realize that, break, and hit her right now. That's probably the best approach she can have. Good knee to the body by Holly. Oh, single leg. Did Jermaine grab the fence? Could not see it clearly. 1 minute remaining. This is such a difficult fight to score, man. This is such a difficult fight. Good knee by Jermaine in the clinch. Over under for the Randemie. Good knee by Holly Holm. Jermaine Durand is like, what is Holly Holm doing in the middle of all of this? This is... Oh, good knee again connects for Jermaine. Holly Holm is getting desperate. 20 seconds remaining. Superb takedown defense by Holly's adversary, the Randemie. Good knee again by the Randemie. Again, good knee. Lot of knees to close out the round. Round 4 could be in favor of the Iron Lady. 5 seconds to finish. And that is a wrap for round 4. I feel that is 3 rounds to 1 in favor of the Iron Lady, Germaine de Randamie. Guys, let's not go into ethnicities or countries, or let's not bring Trump into all of this. He's not even in the conversation. All right, 1,200 people watching the stream. Beautiful. Thank you very much for the support. As we have broken down each and every fight in the main card, let me quickly tell you that the only finish in the entire night of fights was by Ronaldo Souza against Tim Boestch. The Barbarian got defeated via a beautiful Kimura submission. Last round, ladies and gentlemen, Holly Holm and the Randemie. Can they get a finish? It looks doubtful, as I said. Most probably going to be a unanimous decision unless Holly Holm can pull something out. Much closer distance to open the round by Holly. Good kick to the body by Jermaine. Good right hook and outside leg kick combination by the Iron Lady. Throwing in some feints, Holly Holm has to pull the trigger. It is now or never. She is not going to win a fight by judge's decision in this case. She has to let go of her inhibitions and start kicking more to the body and head. That is the only way I see Holly Holm winning this fight. Yes, much more of that, Holly. Good kick to the body. Jermaine has slowed down a little bit compared to the 4th round, but still trying to push the pace. Good outside leg kick by Holly Holm. Oh, good high kick. Partially blocked by Holly. Delivered by the Iron Lady. Significantly less action in the last round as the... Oh, good right hook. Snaps back Holly's head. 3 minutes 48 seconds remaining in the fight. Can Holly Holm get a knockout? Can Germaine de Randamie get a knockout? Looks really doubtful. Unless I am proven wrong once again. Oh, good left hook hurt Germaine. She fell down. But Holly still not capitalizing. Germaine has recovered from the punch. As Germaine was coming in, Holly caught her with a beautiful left hook. Holly has to let go and start punching her right now. That's the only way Holly's going to win this fight. She's not going to win this fight by just holding the Randamie against the cage. She's not doing significant punching in the clinch. Yes, this good elbow. She has to let go. She wants to go for a double. She might get this one actually. She might get this one. Good defense. Good defense by Jermaine. Shia Banis. Good elbow by Holly. Beautifully done. Good knees to the body by Jermaine. They will slowly start to pile up eventually. Holly still working for that takedown. Still not abandoning this approach. Coach Winklejohn should give her better advice, and the referee breaks it up. Good decision. 2 minutes 5 seconds remaining. Good right straight by Jermaine. Holly has to go for that left hook or left straight counter when Jermaine comes in. Good kick to the body by Holly Holm. Looks a significantly better round for Holly, as Jermaine has definitely not connected on anything significant. Good left straight by Holly Holm. Again pushes Jermaine to the cage. Some judges might call this octagon pressure, but if you cannot secure the takedown, it looks really bad on your part. So that is why I suggest Holly should probably disengage, and at this range start throwing some punches. In the clinching range, just move out and throw some elbows, throw some punches. Do not just press your neck against the other fighter's neck and try to look for a takedown. The referee will only break it up eventually. Good knee to the body by the Randemie. Only 1 minute remaining to crown the new UFC inaugural 145-pound women's bantamweight champion. Good knee again by Jermaine. Even if we give this round to Holly Holm, I would have to say that it has been a reasonably okay performance by Jermaine to secure the title victory. Unless Holly can get a knockout in the last 30 seconds, anything could happen. So anyways, 29, 28, 27, 72% voting for Holm. What fight are you guys seeing here? Good knee to the body again by the Randemie. 15 seconds. Will we get a finish? Holly Holm still moving away, going for a high kick. Oh, good punches by Jermaine. 5 seconds remaining. It is all over. The crowd is not happy with the performance of both the fighters, but they do feel, fan voting, that Holly has won the fight. 1,500 people. I told you guys, that it will be a close fight. Fan voting says Holly Holm. I wish to disagree on this, guys. I wish to really disagree on this. I do not know what the judges saw, but what I saw was clear domination in 3 rounds in the striking exchanges by Jermaine de Randamie. That is what I feel. The official decision is yet to come. But before that happens, to all the people who are watching the stream right now, let me give you a quick update on UFC 208. The first fight was between Ryan LaFleur and Juan Jucao Carniero. LaFleur gets a knockdown, also gets a takedown, and wins the fight via unanimous decision. Then probably the most controversial fight of the evening, Rick Glenn, the Gladiator, going up against Philip Noor. Philip Noor outlanding Rick Glenn in most of the exchanges, but the significant strikes advantage was given to Rick Glenn, so he got the decision victory in that fight. Then Carney Niklens against Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev doing what he does best, always going for the takedown and ground and pound. Islam Makhachev winning the fight via unanimous decision. Same country as Khabib Nurmagomedov. Then we had Wilson Hayes fighting Ulka Sasaki. Wilson Hayes, though, getting the dominant takedowns and control throughout the fight and winning a unanimous decision. Clinch control, 8 minutes for Holly. Leg strikes, advantage for Holly. Body strikes, advantage for Jermaine. And head strikes, significant advantage for Jermaine de Randamie. It's going to be a split decision, mostly in my mind. But let us see who gets this one. is going to be really, really close. Randy Brown, New York's own, got defeated in his fight against Bilal. Remember the name, Muhammad. Beautiful striking and grappling clinic by Bilal Muhammad. Then the main card opener was a really, really close one. Split decision victory for Dustin the Diamond Poirier. He'll look better than ever in his new hairstyle, but not in his fighting style. Jim Miller getting the stuff done in round 3, but that was not enough. Then we had Teixiera winning the unanimous decision, Silva winning unanimous decision, and Souza getting the submission victory. We are all set, guys. Here is the main event. Who's going to win? All 3 judges, unanimous decision. Unanimous decision, 48-47. Jermaine de Randemie, 48-47. As I told you, fan voting does not matter, guys. I break it down as I see it, and 95% of the time, I am correct. I do agree most of you felt that Holly was putting the pressure in the fan voting there, but clearly they were biased towards Holly Holm. That was a clear victory for the Iron Lady, the new 145-pound UFC Women's Featherweight Champion of the world. What a performance. Not a great fight, but what a performance with a good game plan for Jermaine de Randemie. Beautiful work. Appreciate it. King of Cali, thank you for joining into the stream. Cyborg's left nut wins. Okay. Habib, you know everything. I know you are a genius. Maybe she can quit her cop job now. You just want a subscriber. Thank you very much, Fernando V. John Cena wins the featherweight title. Good commentating. Thank you. Do remember to leave a sub, guys. Once we hit 250, that's going to be a new podcast coming to you from my channel every Wednesday to break down new MMA news and updates. Nice job, Danny Dunn. Thank you very much. Nick Van Bevel. Okay, appreciate the comments. John Maynard, I subscribe. 4747 Vegeta Barrett. Trump wins level 9000. Okay, let's not bring Trump into this. Great job. Thank you very much. They just had the division like a month ago. That is correct. I will sub if you stream the fights for real. JL, I tried doing that, but that did not work. UFC got a copyright strike against me. Fuck your mom. All right, great job again. You're the man, but you need to mods, you clean your room up. I agree. My room is so dirty. I agree. Silva won. Agreed. Silva did get the unanimous decision. China versus Bacon. That is interesting. We on, bro. Is this the main event? Yes, the main event just got over. Jermaine de Randemie is the new featherweight champion of the world. Level 55 tank. See you on the next card. That is correct. Thank you, buddy. Holly versus the Great Khali. You must be casual, bro, because you don't know shit. All right. Great job commentating. Thank you very much. You took a huge dump. I'm going to sleep. Fuck Trump. Good job. Who the heck won? Jermaine de Randemie is your new featherweight champion of the world. 1,689 concurrent subscribers. Many thanks to all the people who did join in. Fuck India, alright. It's Russia's fault. Okay, people, okay. Thanks a lot. I couldn't watch the fight. What happened? Silva win. Yes, Silva did win the fight. She had two illegal hits. I agree. But, hey, no problem. Great commentating. Great job. Thank you very much. Across the board, a lot of love. Silva won. And he probably called it an end to his fighting career. And we have the Iron Lady as the new women's featherweight champion. If you look at the fight metrics, let's closely look at that. 45 total strikes, 10 significant strikes for Jermaine de Randemie. Overall, let's look at the overall fight metrics. 157 strikes for Jermaine de Randamie against 93 total strikes for Holly. Holly did control the clinch a lot, but she could not secure a takedown. Next week, we have Travis Brown versus the Black Beast, Derek Lewis, for the main event in Albany, New York. That is a lot of good heavyweight action coming up. Number 8 versus number 9. Then we have Johnny Hendricks fighting against Hector Lombard in the co-main event. That is February 19th. Do join the stream as usual. We will be doing a fight analysis on that one also. Let me give you an update on that fight card. Paul Felder versus Alessandro Ricci. Sarah McMahon versus Gina Mazzani. Elias Theodorou versus Cesar Ferreira. Sam Sicilia versus Gavin Tucker. Johnny Hendricks versus Hector Lombard. And Derek Lewis, the Black Beast, versus Hapa, Travis Brown, for the main event in New York in Nova Scotia, Halifax, Canada. The Scotia Bank Center is going to be hosting these fights on Fox Sports 1. Hector Lombard is not brain dead. He seems to be alive, and he seems to be doing pretty well, actually. So that is up. And then we have March 4th, Woodley versus Thompson 2, UFC 209 for the UFC welterweight championship. And the co-main event is my favorite fight probably of the year till now, Khabib Nurmagomedov against Tony El Kakui Ferguson. That is going to be the co-main for UFC 209. March 4th, March 11th, you have Belfort versus Kelvin Gastelum, UFC Fight Night, Fox Sports 1. And March 18th, we have Corey Anderson versus Jimmy, the poster boy, Manua, in the light heavyweight division, which is going to be free on UFC Fight Pass. That is the schedule till March 18th. Ladies and gentlemen, the fights are over. The fights are already over. So let me quickly, once again, for all the people who are joining in late, quickly show you the updates. LaFleur versus Carniero. LaFleur getting the UD unanimous decision. Rick Blair getting a controversial decision victory against Philip Noor, who clearly outlanded him throughout the fight. Then we had Nick Lentz going up against Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev, if you guys remember, is a teammate of Khabib Nurmagomedov. So Islam Makhachev did pretty much what Khabib would do, take the fighter down and ground and pound. Wilson Hayes gets his victory in similar fashion against Ulka Sasaki. Then we had the featured prelim bout featuring Randy Brown and Bilal Muhammad. Bilal Muhammad getting the dominant victory against Randy Brown. Lots of decisions throughout the card. Then we had fight of the night, in my opinion, Dustin Poirier versus Jim Miller. That is easily going to be the fight of the night for today. A lot of stand-up action. Beautiful comeback by Jim Miller later in the round, kicking the legs, almost breaking Dustin Poirier's legs. But Dustin Poirier hung in there with his new look and hairstyle and got the victory. Then we had Teixiera dominating Jared Cannonier throughout 3 rounds, getting the single leg takedowns, moving into half guard and side control and punching his face over and over again. Glover Teixeira, uncharacteristic, but still gets the job done. Then we had Jacare against the Barbarian. The Barbarian landed a good right hook, which dazed Jacare Souza, but then he got the takedown, and a Kimura from almost north-south position by Ronaldo Jacare Souza. In the co-main event, I back Anderson Silva, as he says, finally getting a victory in his fight against Derek Brunson. Derek Brunson did get a couple of takedowns inadvertently, but Silva stuffed most of the takedowns, landed the harder punches throughout the fight and got the unanimous decision victory 29-28, and one judge even gave it a 30-27. Called all of the fights correctly for today. Then we had Holm versus Jermaine D. Randemie. Holm putting the clinch control game, but that was not enough because the total strikes was clearly in favor of Jermaine de Randemie. Very close fight, but de Randemie, the Iron Lady, is your new UFC featherweight champion of the world. Chris Crawford, thank you very much. Best background fighters, Brazilian, Missile 83, your week. Okay, Cyborg, future GOAT. But Cyborg is apparently going to be in trouble for her test in which she failed a anabolic steroid kind of a thing in her previous fight for cutting weight. So apparently Cyborg says she did inform the doctors about it, but USADA does not agree with Chris Cyborg. So she could be banned. She could fight for the title next. If it is 145 pounds, Cyborg will destroy both of these women quite convincingly. So that is my assessment of the future of this division. What fights do we make for these people? Let's have a look at what could be made for these guys. LaFleur definitely showed his class. So he should probably fight anybody who's ranked 15 or 14. That is my opinion for that. Philip Noor should not be cut based on this loss for sure. And Gladiator Drake Glenn, maybe they do a rematch somewhere down the line, because I would want to see that fight again. Not a lot of action, but definitely Philip Noor got a little robbed. Islam Makhachev, I want to see him face a top 15 guy, probably 12, 13, 14, and 15, because he clearly dominated Nick Lentz. Nick Lentz should probably take some time off, work on his wrestling defense, because his stand-up is okay, but his wrestling defense is not that great. What do we have for Wilson Hayes? Not a lot actually, because Wilson Hayes has already fought, is yet to fight this guy, Demetrius Johnson. Did he thoroughly dominate Ulsa Sasaki? Yes, he did. But does it get him a title shot? Not sure about that. Demetrius Johnson is obviously in another level. What about Randy Brown and Bilal Muhammad? Randy Brown should probably fight a top 25 guy, 20 to 25 guy next. Bilal was a steep test for him, and he failed significantly in that test. So that is not going to be good for Randy Brown's future, but still UFC will not cut him because he has won all of his other fights in the UFC, unlike Sage Northcutt and all of the other Dana White looking for a fight winners. Dustin Poirier, what is in store for him? He's already in the top 10. So probably he could fight number 8, number 9, number 7, anybody in the lightweight division. Maybe a rematch with Michael Johnson, even though he got knocked out. Maybe he could go for that. Jim Miller, though, he's getting a little old. So probably he should stick to somebody who is of a little less caliber. Maybe Dustin could fight. Khabib is out of the picture entirely. Maybe Islam Makhachev could fight Jim Miller. That is a fight which I could see happening for sure. Islam Makhachev should give Jim Miller a tough fight. That should be really interesting to watch. And then we have Glover Teixeira winning his fight. Glover should probably go ahead and maybe fight. Who else is there in the 205 division? DC is booked. Rumble's booked. Travis is in heavyweight. And both of these guys would probably defeat Glover already. So I feel maybe Alexander Gustafsson versus Glover Teixeira. That should be a really interesting fight. Alexander has not fought in a long time in the 205 pound division. So that could be really interesting for Glover Teixeira. Glover Teixeira versus Alexander could be a really interesting one. Souza should fight Michael Bisping next. Please give this guy a title shot. Like, seriously. Siki Valor. Okay, a lot of comments going on in the comment section. So Jacare Souza should probably be fighting for the title. against the winner of Yoel Romero and Michael Bisping. That should be a really interesting fight. And what should Tim Boestch do? Tim Boestch should probably go back and maybe fight the winner of Johnny Hendricks and Hector Lombard if it is in the 185-pound division. That fight is coming up next week. So maybe the winner or loser, both of them could be compelling fights for the barbarian Tim Boestch. What is next for Anderson Silva? As per my understanding, Anderson Silva has pretty much called it a career here. So he said his family is facing a lot of trouble, allowing him to go into the training, 3-month trainings, which goes on for the UFC fighters these days, top level guys. There, Brunson, 2 back-to-back defeats, but hey, it's nothing bad to lose against Anderson. It's never a bad thing to lose against Anderson. Maybe Derek Brunson could fight or maybe have a rematch with Uriah Hall, because Uriah Hall was complaining that the stoppage was premature. He is now on a 2-fight losing streak, and Uriah Hall has always been known to, get rematches in his favor. So that could be interesting. Anderson Silva, I feel, is probably not going to fight again. That is pretty much the last of Silva. So he won a unanimous decision in his fight. Jermaine de Randamie should definitely be facing Chris Cyborg if she is not banned by USADA. Holm, I am really not sure about Holm at this point of time. Her range has been all but dismantled by all of her previous opponents. Miesha Tate choked her out. Valentina Shevchenko outstruck her. And Jermaine de Randamie closely but convincingly outstruck Holm in her fight for the UFC 145-pound division. So complete clean shit for me today. All predictions were correct. In case you won a lot of money, awesome work for you guys. Okay, so I am gonna be closing this particular stream right now. That was a great night of fights, guys. I agree it was a little boring compared to usual, but hey, it's a pay-per-view card. Was it deserving of a pay-per-view? Maybe not, but who cares? Do keep it logged into this channel and leave a sub while you're at it, because if we hit 250 subs, I'm going to give you a new podcast every week. That's going to be on Wednesday nights. Your MMA news and updates will come to you fresh from all news sources. You don't have to go anywhere, read up anything. Just listen to my podcast on Wednesday if we hit 250 subscribers. We are almost close. And I'm going to put a wrap to this stream. Thank you all for joining in. Really appreciate the kind comments. We almost hit 1,680 concurrent viewers on this channel for the very first time in this channel's history. So that is going to be a landmark always. UFC 208 close to my heart because of that, obviously. And then the comments by Jesse Ramirez, C-Level Kane, a lot of new subscribers added today. Really appreciate it. All right, guys, so I'm going to peace out. See you next on February 19th for UFC Fight Night, Derek Lewis versus Travis Browne. Peace.